Oh, it's on me. What's up? How's everybody doing?
All right.
Welcome to I Am Me, Inc.
Oh, this is different.
In black. So much different.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Nobody was saying nothing. I'm sorry.
Hey, Smack.
Hey, I don't know about y'all, but my screen look different tonight.
Does it?
Yeah.
Mine looks the same.
Mine does too.
I'm off to the left
Peach, I
instead of
thought
the
you were
right.
doing the intro.
Oh, you want me to do the intro?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like
So,
you to do it.
hello, everyone. It's been a minute. Welcome to In Blackity Black Black Black. Tonight, I will not be the host. We'll have a guest host, Miss Kalani. We're going to have a really interesting discussion. What makes this particular live stream different is because we didn't have the questions in advance, so no one could really brainstorm or chat GBT or Wikipedia what they were going to say tonight. So this is going to make for an awesome show. um so once again, like every Monday, all the thoughts and views on here are those of the panel, not necessarily I Am Me Inc. And the topic for tonight is letter for letter. What do we really think about each other? This is going to be crazy. So I'm gonna bring up our host for tonight, Kalani, and please share the live, everyone. Share the live, share the love if you like what we do here.
Yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. So I have the questions here. The reason why I wanted to do it this way is because I wanted to make sure that we didn't have time to contemplate our answers or be politically correct. I want to know what you're thinking off the top of your head. So don't, disclaimer, all these questions are not from me. There are a few, but some of them are not. So they're going to be very straightforward. They're going to be very direct. So don't nobody take it personal. I know that you are not, we are not representing an entire branch of the community. We can only represent ourselves, but we are a part of that community, if you understand what I'm saying. I'm not looking for you to speak for all lesbians. I'm not speaking for all trans people. Uh, Not looking for bisexual people to, whatever. So let's start real small, real nice. Let's break the ice with this one. How important is it for your biological family to love and accept you? And I'll start with Stan.
Okay. Um, it's important for um, it's important for your family to love you. You know, that's one thing. You know, that's what we all want. Um, so I mean, yes, that's very important. And it's something that you asked that you made that question because I was thinking about that today. Seriously, about I was talking with some people today, and they did not have validation from their family about their lifestyle,
Right.
and I think it's important. But and I'll give you the answer I was giving them. I think it's important, and I can't speak for everybody because my situation is different on how I approached it. Um, I didn't have a coming out moment. Um, I didn't. I mean, and that's why I'm understanding everybody's situation. I can't, because some people, family, they deny them. You know what I'm saying? So I can't. I understand what everybody go through. The way I did it, and this is what I was just telling somebody today. Seriously, I was like, I never. I didn't present it. It just like if we had a gathering, a family gathering. Can y'all hear me? Okay, I can't hear nobody.
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Um, if we had a gathering, a family gathering, and I brought somebody with me, or I brought them around my friends at an event or something, I just presented it. I didn't set up a situation. I didn't set up nothing. I didn't, uh, you know, even with my own family, I would be with somebody and I just bring it. I didn't set up a situation because I think sometimes when we set up a situation, we make the situation harder than what it could be because we sit back and build this anticipation about what people are going to think and what the family going to say, what they're going to think about me, what they're going to think. And I never sat back and set up that situation because I just presented it, and and no matter what happens, it would still stand. No matter if that person was with me, I'm hanging out with you, I'm still the same person. So I never set up a situation to have confrontations or have validation from my family. You know, my family either gonna love me or they not. You know, so and if you got conditions on loving me, then there's an issue with that. But I understand what other people go through. So I'm not saying that because I presented it one way. Some people got family, religious reasons, and all that kind of stuff. So I totally understand that. But for me to say how important it is, it's very important for my family to accept it and everything. You want that, but I didn't need their validation. And like I said, I never introduced a situation, so it never was. It's hey, we got a gathering. I got a friend with me. They there. You see, and that's that. And and that's just how I did it. And then if they not with me, I hang around my same friends and people and still stand. Now whatever you say behind my back, I don't worry about all that. But I totally understand what some people have to probably go through. I really do. You know. But yeah, it's very important. But um, they're not going to validate, and their opinion is not going to change me because I'm not going to. I'm not living my life in their eyes. That's my answer.
That's what's up.
you know.
That's what's up. I agree.
Yeah.
Because I think people want love, but they don't need the validation.
And you know what? When you sit back and you sit back with all this apprehension about what you think people gonna think,
Hmm.
you're giving all your energy to them people.
That's so true.
You're giving all your energy to them where they can sit back now and make you feel guilty about you being you. And never give people that energy. You keep your energy for you. And people pick up on that. They saw, wow, so maybe Stan ain't all comfortable the way he is because he's worried about what we think. People pick up on that. So
I feel you.
yeah.
Let me get Tim in there before he leaves on me.
Tim ain't here.
I
I
thought it
thought
was
that was
Tim.
Tim.
I did too. It's not Tim. Oh, that's Zay.
Okay, I thought that was Tim.
Zay.
I thought that was Tim too.
I want Zay then.
I was ready for all that logic.
Right. Hey, Zay.
Hello, hello. How are you?
I'm good. Did you hear the question?
No, what was the question?
The question is, how important is it for your biological family to love and accept you?
So, for me, I would say that it's important, but then at the same time, I would say that it's unimportant because, well, to me, it's only important only because everybody wants that acceptance from their family. They want their family to be able to love them regardless of what they choose to like or love.
Right?
And at the same time, I feel like you don't need their validation or their opinions don't matter because at the end of the day, as long as you're happy with yourself and your partner, nothing else should ever matter. Nobody else's opinions should matter or nobody's insight should matter.
I feel you. Oh, God. So that
It's
must
just
be
no validation needed for the
no
family,
validation
but
needed. Just give me the
no
love.
right, just give me the love and still accept me. But you always got those family members who say like I love you, I accept you for who you are, but at
Hmm.
the same time that they say that, they always follow it up with, but life is supposed to be like this or life is supposed to be like that.
Right.
You gotta watch those family members.
Yes, you do.
Because at the end of the day, the only person that I gotta answer to at the end of the day is the most high. So I need nobody else's yes or nay about what I got going
Right.
on with my significant others.
I feel you on that. That's your answer? All right. That must be Dre that I thought was 10. This screen is so small tonight. Is that Dre? Dre, is that you?
Yeah, that's me.
Ah, what's your answer?
I don't really care about who cares about me and who don't. Like, it mattered for me about my mama, but you
Right.
know, that's my mama. But everybody else, I could care a hill of beans. Like, you can go jump off a bridge for all I care.
Right.
Um, I've gotten to a point I'm grown. You
That
know what I
part.
mean? I lived my life for them, for everybody when I was in school, and once I got my degrees, we accomplished the degree together. Now it's time for me to do me. So I really don't care what people think. Like when it's all said and done, my main thing is, am I happy? You know what I mean? I have a vision for my own life, and nothing's going to deter me from that vision. Whether it's family, friends, significance, I don't really care. Um, you know, and so there's a way that I feel that um, you have to be, and it starts with self love. And as long as I love myself, people come, people go. When you die, I just hang your picture up on plaster you on the screensaver. And if you was one of them people that you ain't support me, okay, cool. Um, so, but they won't be able to do is say, oh, he's gone and he wasn't happy when he got up out of here. And Peach, stop laughing at me.
Dre, I love you, Dre. Vonda, Smack, gotta hear from you.
Repeat your question again, because we ain't got a list to look on. And I'm sorry for the way I look. I wore a hat today. So sorry, Facebook family and social media family. Oh, where'd Kalani go?
Huh?
Oh, can you repeat your question?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. How important is it for your biological family to love and accept you?
Oh, so let me just put it. My close family is, when I say close family, I'm talking about mom, dad, brothers. That's important to me because my parents brought me into this world. You know what I'm saying? And it's very important to me that they'll love me and accept me. And I can say that it was a rocky road, but we all there. I, my family loves and accept me. My grandmother, I let her know who I was, what I stand for, what I represent. And she didn't like it, but she accepted it. She just asked for me, not to, bring any girlfriends around her. And that's when, she had her mind, and I never did that. And my grandmother still loved me, still, did things for me, still treated me as her granddaughter. And, I appreciate that. So I feel like between me and her, we kind of like met in the middle. Um, and it's important because, I came out when I was young, very young, and I needed my mother. I needed my father. I needed my brother, my older brother, to explain to me things that were going on as I was going through relationships. I needed advice. And I like to go to my family and get that advice, and it's amazing now that my mom accepts me for who I am, because at first, with any parent, they don't, it didn't come from how they was raised, But as time went on and I got into like my second relationship, my mother was really there to explain to me some things that I didn't understand as far as relationships, were involved, and she helped, bring power back into me. I got, my first cousins. Most of my family, they accept me, but there have been some of the older generation that got a problem. And when you come out your mouth wrong, I'm going to address it. I'm going to try my best not to disrespect my elders. But I look at it like this: like, if I don't talk to you but once a year at a family reunion, how dare you speak on me and my life, and you don't know me? And it seemed like, I was getting into an argument at every family reunion for a while, because I would always bring my homegirls with me. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be like 5 or 6 of us. All of my cousins my age, younger, 30, 40s. When I was in my my late teens, everybody enjoyed my friends. We had fun. But then you have some of them older generations that come out their mouth, sideways. But I got to give my dad salute, because he always had my back. And he always told people, that's my daughter. You're not going to disrespect her in front of me. So I respect that. You know what I'm saying? But for me, yeah, it means a lot that my immediate family, meaning my mother, father, and brothers, love me and accept me unconditionally. And I haven't had a problem, because we, we're all we got. You know what I mean? They come to me for advice. I go to them for advice. I need that. I need that support. You know what I'm saying? Not saying I can't get that from my other half, but when you young like I was coming out, man, relationships come and go. So as the next, person with back in the day seemed like you had more money, had the hotter car, whatever. Coming out as a teenager, they were just running, and I'm not about that. I'm a lot wiser and smarter now. I know what I want, and so yeah, it's important for me, especially immediate family.
Thank you. Thank you, Smack. I agree with all of that. All right, Pete, the queen.
Okay, so I don't give a DAMN if my family supports me, accepts me. I personally don't even think about if they love me. I have my own life mission. I came in here by myself. I'm gonna go out by myself. I do have my children that I may consider, but even in that space, if they don't love me, I understand that they are grown and they got their own life. So my answer is I don't give a DAMN. I'm going to be happy regardless. That's my answer.
Well, okay. I agree. I agree with everybody. Um, I kind of lean more towards what Peach is saying because I feel like this. People are they love you as long as you're doing what they want you to do, and they're there for you as long as you are doing everything that they want you to do. If me telling you my attraction or who I am as a person, my identity or whatever, changes that, then for me it wasn't genuine to begin with. So I'm with y'all. Love is important, but I don't have to get it from them. So that's my answer. All right, let's turn it up. Now this question right here was submitted twice to me, and I want to know the answer too because I've always wanted to know this too. So I think I'm gonna take the latter one. Um, when it comes to LGBTQ, why are labels or gender identities so important to you? The second part of that is, do you think that all of these labels and gender identities are helpful or divisive to our community as a whole? I think I want to hear. I want you to come back up, Pete. I want you to take that one.
All right. So you saying do I believe in all the identities and stuff, and why are they important basically?
Yeah, the question that they're asking is, why are labels or gender identities so important to us? And do we think they are helpful or divisive to our community as a whole? The other
Okay.
part of that, just to give you context, the other part of that was, why do we keep adding letters to the LGBTQ?
Okay. So I don't think when I think about the labels, I don't think they are for us. I
Mm,
think they are for other people on the outside of our community to understand us. I think they also are used as billing codes for nonprofits to get money so that you know who you are helping.
right,
But
right.
I mean for us personally, we already know who we are. I really don't believe labels have anything to do with us because we're good. Is it harmful to us and within the community? It doesn't have to be if you disregard it.
Mm,
So my answer is I don't see it as for us. And I don't see all the
mm,
additional letters being added for us. I think it's descriptors for other people to understand who we are because we're not the same.
right.
Something that we already understand. So that's my answer that when I think about all of that.
Okay. All right. I like that too. I hadn't thought about that part, but yeah, I like that. Come on back, Dre.
Um, I kind of like how Peach put that so delicate.
Right.
That was real delicate, Peach. Um, I personally don't feel like the letters are important. I think they help identify It helps identify the respect that somebody gonna give. That's how I look at it. Um, everybody don't respect the person or the gender, and so I do feel that by me having I think by me identifying um, what I choose or who I choose to be with means that this is what you're going to respect about me. This is just yet another part of me that you're going to learn to respect. You ain't gotta like me, but you will respect me. So that's my answer. Oh, and then if it's divisive, I don't think it's divisive. I just think we make everything so Christendom. Like we make everything so so
So
labeled.
with that part of divisive, as me and this individuals having this conversation,
Mm-hmm.
when they mentioned the word divisive, they were saying for what we're trying to accomplish in the community, is
Mm-hmm.
it divisive? Is it divisive to the community because people don't understand?
And I stand 10 toes down on what I said. They got it. They got that word from the church. If you're gonna use it, like, here's my issue with people. We use too much as a crutch. You feel me?
Get them, Drake. Get them.
I act like this because I feel this way. I act like that because I feel that way. I do this because I'm going through this issue. I do that because I'm going through this issue. She gay because her daddy touched on her. Like, no, you're gay because you're gay and you choose to be gay. And if you want to be gay, then be gay. But you're not going to put a crutch to my walking ability because now you're trying to give me a limp.
Yeah.
I choose to date who I date because that's who I fell in love with and that's who I choose to date. You know, and so we have to be just like sometimes we just got to take the BS out of life. People going to choose who they want to be with. They're going to be happy with who they want to be with, and if you're not happy for them, walk your ass out the door.
It's just that simple.
That's simple.
I like that
Matt,
answer.
stop laughing at me.
Oh gosh. Yep. Come on, Snag. I know she got it.
Can y'all hear me?
Y'all can hear you now.
You can hear me okay? All right. Did you say yeah or no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I want to make sure I got this question right because
Uh
I'm gonna
huh.
go back to who I was when I came out. Read the first part one more time.
The first part says, "Why are labels or gender identity so important to you?"
Let me tell you something. And Peirrce, Peach already know what I'm gonna say. I hate labels. You know what I'm saying? I don't like labels. I don't like being called a stud. I hate
Right.
that. It's a problem for me. Um, you know what I'm saying? I'm smack. And when people ask me what I tell them I'm a smack. And they look at me like I'm crazy, but that's what it is. I hate labels because when you go to label me, it's the label that's in your mind, but it's not the label that I am. So that's
Right.
why I hate labels. I am who I am. When I first came out, it was either gay or straight. And I feel like back then, when it was just gay or straight, it was less issues. But when we start trying to put all these labels and put all these and then tell people how they're going to treat you and this all it is treat people with respect like Dre said. And if you can't treat me with respect, we ain't got to talk. But you ain't got to sit here and badmouth me because we have to be careful when we start badmouthing people in our community, especially when you're not in our community, because I can find 10 things worse than what you calling me. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel. And people who bring that negative energy, I don't be around. I used to entertain that mess when I was younger because people would come out their mouth all crazy and not knowing not one thing about me, only knowing what was put into their mind or taught to them. And I'm gonna tell you, it's only been and y'all can whoever on here listening, I don't care. You can judge me, but thou shalt not judge. But it's only been about going on 8 years that I've learned all these new different terms and the pronouns. It's only been 8 years, and I'm 53, and I've been gay And I'm still going to say gay. People don't like it when a female says gay, but I'm gay since I was 16. I've been out of the closet since I was 16. And I just learned all this different stuff, all the different letters that we have in our community. I'm going to keep it real because I'm with a real one. And it was important for me to learn all of this, learn all these different acronyms that are considered into our community. But at the end of the day, it's either gay or straight. I feel like we had less problems. I'm just being real. But if you really tight in my corner and maybe you have a, something in a way in which I look at something, let's have a conversation so I can learn how to respect you and not disrespect you unless you feel as though I'm disrespecting you. You feel what I'm saying? That's how I feel. Because sometimes some of us walk around, and I'm going to tell you, I used to walk around with blinders. And it ain't because I can't see, but that's just how my world was. I always had a mission. People who know me know I work off a schedule. Been doing that since I was 17. I work off of a schedule and I'm getting to what I got to do for that day. I ain't got time to be sitting around here, arguing with you because what your mama told you what a lesbian does. Come on, man. I ain't got time. So I don't like the labels. And I'm not a stud. And then sometimes I let people slide because I'm older now. But when I was younger, I used to give you that. I'm not no bull dagger. I ain't no bull dyke. I'm going to correct you every time. I'm smack. Vonda smack. That's who I am. Respect me. That's all I got to say. I'm getting passionate because it still happens today.
Well, I love when the passion shows up. Stan, what's up?
All right. Well, I don't believe in labels.
Right.
Never have been put. I'm not gonna let nobody put me in a box. The labels are descriptive. Um, I think the people. How can I put it? The labels are descriptive, but even the people in our own community use the labels, and they really do. You know, they sit back and use labels. I mean, people try to label me all the time. You know, am I gay? Am I straight? Am I bi? Am I this? Am I top? Am I bottom? If I'm bottom, I gotta be gay. If I'm this and that. So people always try to put you in a box. And that's even our own community. And they right now, even in our community, is very divisive. And it really is because we still sit back and go on labels. If I make a post on something and I said that I'm not gay, but I like to be topped, I guarantee I'm gonna get 1,000 fucking comments telling me I'm gay and you're this and you're that and you're that. There's always gonna be labels within our community. You got trans men that date trans women. Some people got a problem with that. That's they gotta label that. It's people. Our own community do it. So it's very descriptive, but our community uses it too, and that's why the community is divisive as well, and it is divisive. We gotta be real. It is. It ain't like we all get along and all this stuff, but it's them that creating all this divide. It's within our own community. It's divisiveness, and we use the labels all the time. People try to box me into something because I don't label myself. I like what I like. Period. So I'm not in no box. I'm not in no label. You can't put me in a category, and that's really what people want. And people, especially in our community, they really are divisive on this, and they want to label you. My thing is, our community is really part of a problem that they don't even want you to be you. They just like when Smack say, "Hey, you can't make me a bulldog, you can't make me a dyke, you can't make me this." It's people that's gonna sit back and categorize her as a dyke because that's what they see, and they're gonna categorize her on what their vision is of what they see. So we do it to ourselves. And it ain't the outside world doing it because actually the straight community don't really know that much about the labels. You know, they see the LGBTQU, but then we sit back and put ourselves in boxes. Our own community sit back. I got people right now trying to put me in a fucking category.
Yeah, too many. I
Oh,
feel like
you're
too many
a
people
butch
focus on that,
queen, you know,
Stan.
all these, and then they come with all kind of shit, butch queen, and you know all that. You know, I'm just Stan. I like what I like. You know, uh, people sit back because I don't like macaroni and cheese. Thanksgiving's coming up. I got every fucking nigga telling me I got a problem because I don't like mac and cheese, but I just don't like it. But I got people that got a problem. You don't like mac and cheese? You don't like mac and you know, that's the kind of we label ourselves and we put ourselves in categories. Let me like what I like, you like what you like, and we can be great. But we have issues because we want to sit back and categorize everybody. And you got trans girls that sit back and say, well, if you got a trans girl topping you, then you gay. Because I don't top my men. I'm a strict bottom. I don't give a fuck what you are. Don't give a fuck about me. You know, because whatever you think ain't gonna change how I am, and you're not gonna put me in no label. So we do it to ourselves. You know what? It ain't just other people. Our community, we do it to ourselves, and we really do. Period. I don't hear nobody, so
Say you don't like macaroni and cheese.
I can hear you now.
You say you don't like macaroni and cheese.
I don't like
I wanted
macaroni and cheese.
to make sure I went there.
So I lost my black card a long time ago because of that. So
okay, we'll talk about that later. Back to that. I'm gonna circle.
but maybe Kalani, you may know how to make it a lot different than what I've tasted.
Right.
But I think it was something that happened when I was a little boy and my auntie made some fucked up mac and cheese and just fucked me up.
And you didn't like
2 years old.
You didn't like
I had an aunt that couldn't cook, and my mom used to have her babysit me, and she turned me off from grits and all that shit.
Zay,
Yeah, what you say?
did you hear the question? Can y'all hear him?
I hear static.
You hear what?
There's a lot of static going on.
There's a lot of static.
Static. I hear static.
I hear it too. Is everybody good? Zay, are you talking to us? Because we can't hear you.
Oh, it probably was me because I was moving around. Now, what would
There
you
you
say?
go.
What was the question?
All right, now
Yeah,
yeah.
we can hear you now. Did you hear you need the question
I,
again?
yeah.
It says, why are labels or gender identity so important to you? And do you think they are helpful or divisive to our community as a whole?
I honestly feel like that labels bring people down because that's all they focus on. They don't really focus on the you or what's supposed to be going on between the relationship. So I feel like people take a title to their head when it comes to like, okay, I want to be a top or I want to be a bottom or versatile or I like this or I like that. So I feel like it's our people. Yeah, the straight people don't really understand it, but at the end of the day, everybody's still human. Everybody needs somebody. So when it comes down to it, I don't feel like a title should label you as what you are. Because at the end of the day, you got different emotions. You might have a soft side. You might have a hard side. You
Right.
might want to be masculine one day. You might want to be feminine the next day. So a label shouldn't really tell you about who you are. A label is just something that's there.
Okay. That's your answer? That's what you sticking to?
Yes, yes, yes.
I agree. I agree with everybody about the whole label thing. Um, I think gender identity become important to people because they respect them. I think that's where it comes from. Um, to our community as a whole, I think sometimes the lines can get crossed because with labels, sometimes people feel like if you say that's who you are, that's what you are, all of you are the same. So I think that's what becomes divisive. Um, my question was, why do we keep adding letters? Like I can't keep up. That was for me because I sometimes I'm confused about all of the letters. So yeah, let's go. These questions at this point are going to be very pointed. Don't take them. But before we go to those questions, I want to do this little question right here because in on TikTok, it's been on Facebook, it's been on Instagram. The president has used it to fuel his campaign. Bathrooms. Let's talk about it. How do you really feel about the issue of trans people in public restrooms? Give y'all a chance to think about it. Not the politically correct answer. How do you really feel? Because I guarantee how I feel is going to shock you. Who
It
wants to
sounded like you was breaking up.
sound like I'm breaking up? Me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but it sounds like you're breaking up.
Anyway, can you hear me now? Is it better?
I can hear you somewhat, but it sounds like you're breaking up.
Mm, something different. Try this. Yeah,
A little better.
a little bit better.
Yeah, I heard you say something about bathrooms.
Hold on. Let me go out and come back in. Let's try it.
Okay.
I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yep, much better.
Much better? Okay. Let's get comfy. Bathrooms. Let's talk about it. How do you really feel about transgender people in your public bathroom? Anybody can take it. Who wants to go first? Oh, I'm gonna just pick somebody.
Oh, I said I'll go.
Beat you up. Let's
Listen,
go.
I don't care who's in the bathroom, long as we respectful, you know. Long as we're respectful, we keeping it good, we not touching nobody, to which, it just bugs me out how people are afraid of a trans person in the bathroom with them. But most of your maps and stuff, it's a higher percentage of heterosexual people that are maps. So I
Right.
don't even understand this whole idea And then number one, in your house is only one bathroom. So you mean to tell me where's the trans person going to use the bathroom at if they come over? Like I don't get it. It's a bathroom. You go in, do what you got to do, and get the hell out of there. Like what's happening with this? And if it's one star, we take in one turn. I mean, I don't I don't understand. There was a time where we didn't even have stalls, we didn't have bathrooms. We used to piss and shit right on outside in front of each other in the bushes. So why are we worried about this? Wiping our behinds with leaves and whatever we could get our hands on, fur, whatever. I don't understand. So I don't feel any kind of way. If a trans person walk in, I'm using the bathroom. Long as you ain't looking at me trying to get something from me, I'm all good. If you think I'm cute, just say that. Thank you. Go take a shit. I'll take my pee. We out. I don't care about all of that.
Okay, Peach. That's talking about. Smack. What say?
Oh, Queen is crazy. It's I like when she put don't be touching nobody. I don't care about the bathrooms. Now they got some places have bathrooms that say men and women on them. That's what it is. It's mostly like that, like when you go to hospitals and things like that of that nature. I don't care about that, but sometimes I have been in bathrooms. Just a germaphobe. I don't like nobody touching me in no bathroom. Don't touch me. You can still speak to me. You go pee. I'm gonna go over here and throw up, take a shit probably, but don't excuse me, take a poo. But I don't want the touching. I don't know what's that all about. I don't know, but I don't have a problem with it being in the same bathroom. Had that we were in a space for the festival, and I didn't have a problem. I loved it actually, and I was walking around in my wife beater and bra, right around, you know, people who were trans. I don't have a problem with it at all.
Okay. Dre.
But if somebody could answer what's up with the touching, why do people what's up with that touching part? Somebody help me with that. Like why you gotta touch me to say hi?
What do you mean?
Oh girl, how you doing? I didn't know bathroom. Let's do that outside. 'Cause, you know what I mean? Or touching your face. You know what I mean?
Why are they touching people in the face and not washing their hands and stuff? I don't know. I can't even speak to that. Dre, you up? Was asking you
I mean, my
that.
bad. I was trying to make sure Smack got her answer about the touching part.
Yeah, she wants you to answer that.
Okay, well, I mean, I might not be the one you want to answer that, Smack, but I'm gonna try my best. But no. So my thing is, if I'm in the bathroom and we peeing, we peeing. Like, come into this. You a woman, you a trans woman, come into the stall, sit down. Pull your panties to the side and do what you gotta do. Now,
Hold on now, Dre.
huh?
I don't think the trans women want to be in the same bathroom with you.
Listen, they ain't got to worry about me,
They want to be in the women's bathroom.
and that's cool. If you're a trans man, come in. Pull your package out. And however you drain your lizard, you drain your lizard. I know straight men who sit down. I know gay men who sit down. So whatever way you drain your lizard, you drain your lizard. If you gotta shake it, shake it. If you gotta empty it, empty it. If you gotta take off a cap and make it feel like it's being poured, baby, do what you do. All I'm gonna tell you is when you put your hands on me, now we're gonna have a problem. Somebody ain't gonna make it out this bathroom. And if you're a map, you sure the hell ain't gonna make it out the bathroom. So, because I feel like I look rather young. So I don't really care how you do what you do, when you do what you do, how you do what you do. And nowadays, bathrooms got both genders on there, so it might be a trans woman that pull up, boo, and sat down and pull your G-string to the side, and however you got to get it together. But what I'm gonna say is, I don't even want I don't want a dude standing next to me talking about, yo, what's up, bro? Nah, we got 8 urinals in here. Pick one. And that's me. We don't need, this is a bathroom. I don't need to communicate. We don't need to catch up. We don't need to see how each other is doing. Apparently, both of our bladders are full. Empty it, hit the dough. That's my answer. Peach, stop laughing at me.
Hold up, I got a question. Oh, well, this was something different. Okay.
Go ahead. What's your question? It might blend in.
No,
we freestyling tonight. What's your question?
I remember Stan telling a story. I think he said he was in New York. If I'm not mistaken, a lot of things go down in the bathroom. That's not in this time and day, but some people may still be there. You feel what I'm saying?
It's still in this time of day because there are people
house.
that are
I think he meant a bathhouse.
No, because there are people that meet up in bathrooms in ATL to have date sessions.
What's it called, Stan?
We got a place right here called Tokyo Valentino that goes on every day.
Is it a bathroom or a bathhouse?
It's a bathhouse.
Bathhouse, okay.
And then you got a club it's a club, but they have activities in the bathroom. But I think we kind of losing context on the bathroom situation because there's places that are known for that. You got a place called Felix here that's known for that. You know, people go there for the bathroom situation. You got Tokyo Valentino. I thought that the question we were talking about was like going to a straight bathroom. You know,
we're talking about public restrooms,
right?
Regular
so
restrooms.
Tokyo Valentino is not a public restroom. Felix is not a public restroom. So those things are there. The context, I think, of the question I perceived was just transgender or trans men going into bathrooms. You know, you go into a bathroom. We never had issues. I mean, there was never no big issues about a transgender woman using a woman's bathroom. It just became politicized recently, and became politicized. And it kind of backfired on that because the same women that are complaining about, the whole politics of it. Well, I want trans women got to use men's washrooms. Well, now you're putting beautiful trans women in there with men. So now the very people complaining are now upset because you got these women in the men's bathroom. It's a political situation that backfired. You don't even hear about it really no more. So if a trans woman was in the woman's bathroom, there was never an issue. And there was never nothing about a trans woman going there touching no men and touching people and all that shit. That never, those things don't occur. But it became politicized. So I kind of think the conversation went from how do we feel about trans people using the bathrooms, and then we got into this touching and all that kind of stuff.
Because they have.
I mean,
it's a part of it, Stan, and the reason why
I can go into a man's bathroom and a gay guy approach me. That's just life. That's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I go in a man's bathroom and I go take a pee, and then or if I want to sit down and take a shit, then a guy sit back and he got his head under the stall looking at me. That's gonna happen. That's just part of life. That's nothing you gonna control on that. You got perverts.
That's a common thing.
I mean, yes, it's very common. It's common at the airport. It's common at places that it happens all the time. But when we talk about trans women going to the bathroom, I don't know of any situation where I've seen a trans woman actually sit back and go into a men's washroom and do that. But like I said, that's just what I haven't experienced. But maybe y'all have. But then you got places, like I said, Tokyo Valentino, you got Felix and all these places in Atlanta where when a trans go into a men's washroom, she's going in there because she wants to be approached by men. So, I mean, I'm not gonna. I can only speak on what I know, but I just if we talk about general bathrooms where trans women go into a general bathroom, and then right now we got it's politicized. Trans women were going to the. I had girlfriends for years going into the damn women's washroom, and there's never an issue. Now it becomes political because now people are saying no, they are genetic men. That's where they need to go in the men's washroom. So now you putting a beautiful trans woman into a man's washroom, and the same bitch that complained about the woman in the now they complaining because now their husband is in the bathroom with a beautiful bitch. So it's backfiring. So the whole bathroom thing is like I said it never was no big issue. It became a political issue, and my whole thing is trans women should use the women's washroom. I would really feel funny if I saw a trans woman in the men's washroom. But like I said, I don't want to get all deep in all that, but all that touching and stuff, like I say, I can go into a men's washroom and I got a gay guy that sit back and come at me. You can't stop that, and I'm not gonna make it an issue
I
because that's
think
just
they
how.
mean like touching like maps or a pedophile. That's the main issue people got, which I think is a bit extreme when you're
Well, a
talking about people
pedophile
going
ain't
to the
gonna hang out in the
bathroom.
man. First of all, a pedophile is not gonna hang out in the man's washroom. A pedophile is looking for children, so they not in there with no men. They out there looking for kids.
Yeah, but public restrooms could be in a restaurant where kids are there to eat with their families. So how do you know?
I mean,
Come on, I'm being real. This is the
Right.
world we live in.
all
I
right, you
can I
just
can I
say,
interject right here?
She said public restroom.
all
Right,
right,
public restrooms. So here's the thing, and I
all
know
right.
somebody else has to go, but I wanted to put this here. I think that sometimes this is where the whole label thing gets interjected in here because in our community, for me, this is for me, we don't have enough checks and balances about the stuff people are claiming to be. And I say that because people can just wake up one day and say they're this and say they're that and use it for their own motivation. And then they do something dumb or do something stupid and then they're looking at the community like everybody's like that. Because
Well, let's not
there
look
was
at
a situation,
but
hold on,
Kalani.
let me finish.
All
There
right.
was a situation where somebody claims to be trans. He claimed that the individual claimed to be trans, and there was no type of record of it, and he was just trying to get in the women's restroom to be around women.
Okay, so that's an isolated incident. But let's talk about the actual pedophiles that are
Right?
married. Let's talk about the priests, the priests and the church and the pastors that sit back
Mm-hmm.
and prey upon children too. So when
Yeah.
you sit back and you say, well, there was a person that said they were trans, now we're gonna sit back and isolate that as that all trans are like that. But look at the households that got a husband and a wife and the husband is having incest with his kids. And the husband, just like now, look at all these people going to jail right now. All these pastors and people going to jail right now. The pedophiles. So we want to sit back and say, well, this guy said he was a trans, so now we just gonna stick on that. Let's talk about the guy that
But
said, hey, I'm a
Stan,
husband and I'm a
I
father,
think the
I'm a
thing though,
priest,
Stan,
I'm a
Stan,
minister.
push pause. I think the
You
thing though,
know,
Stan, is the question that was asked was
right?
specifically asked about a trans. It's not. We're not putting nobody on the spotlight
No.
right now. We're just answering the question. So
Yeah,
the
and I
okay.
think
question was if as a man, if you were in the bathroom and a trans came in to use the bathroom, would it make you uncomfortable? Or if you're a woman and you was in the
That's
bathroom
what I'm
and a
saying. That was
trans
the
came
whole. I
in,
thought that was we
right?
took the whole question went out of total context because we started talking about people touching people.
Well,
So
because
that was
that's
Because
what
it's a possibility, Stan.
that's what happened to me. But I
It's
right.
a
can't talk about
possibility.
what happened.
okay.
That happened to me. I'm okay with it. Just don't touch me. That's
All
what
right, I
I'm
got.
talking
I
about.
mean,
And I mean, I'm just saying that's what
yeah.
happened to me August of 2025. I'm okay with it. Just don't touch me.
All right, I got. All right, I
And
got.
leave Peirrce led with that. If you don't got a problem with it, just not the touching. It's a
Yeah,
bathroom. You're here to use the bathroom. It's a public restroom. Don't touch me. We can talk when you come out. Wash your hands. I'm a germaphobe.
yeah, and I think with isolated incidents, it creates fear with people, or it ignites the fear that they already had. So people are already thinking strange things, and then you get somebody doing something like that, and they looking at everybody like, what? So then they make the whole community that one thing. And no, I'm not saying, trans people go in and touch. Of course, we in there to use the bathroom, just like everybody else. And frankly, for me, I don't care who's in the bathroom. I just need to use the bathroom. Don't talk to me. Don't
Exactly.
speak to me. Don't touch me. I'm in the bathroom to use the bathroom. I'm not there to socialize. No, I don't want to know your name. No, we don't have to have any conversation. I'm just in there to do what I got to do and get out. Now, you want to talk to me after we come out? That's something
That's a
different.
different story.
But I don't want you. I don't want you touching me. I don't want you
Yeah.
talking to me.
I
Because
ain't going
some
there.
people are touchy feely when they talk. First of all, people don't wash their hands enough for me. They don't sanitize enough for me.
Well, I
So
never
I
been
don't
in the
want you touching me
bathroom where
outside
people
the
sat back
bathroom.
touching
So
me. I never been in the bathroom where somebody came touching me.
So
I've
you ain't
been in the
never been in
I
the
bathroom
bathroom
where
have.
when somebody come up to
no,
you
no, no.
I've
and
I
been in
said
say,
a.
"How
I was
you
in the
doing?" and rub you on
bathroom.
your shoulder.
I've been in the bathroom where people sit back and try to approach me and stuff in situations like that. But that's not a big deal to me. That they can approach me any damn where. Whether
Right,
so, are we
Stan,
gonna
but
say,
that
okay, you can
it,
approach
it
me
might be a
outside the
big deal to me
bathroom,
though.
Respect how you feel. I respect that. But
I
and
me,
respect
that's
that.
I
anything.
don't want nobody touching me. Especially, I mean, this has been me all my
I
life.
never been in a bathroom where a guy ever came and touched me in the bathroom. I had guys try to approach me in the bathroom, but maybe it's how
That's your
you present
experience,
yourself
Stan.
because I never present myself in a situation where anybody felt comfortable enough to put their hands on me in the bathroom.
So
Yo,
what you do in a situation like that?
can I
If a
say
guy
something?
touched me,
I'm washing my hands. They
oh,
came
well,
in.
I never, like I
Oh,
said, I never had nobody put their hands on me in the bathroom.
I'm gonna tell you my
So,
situation. I'm washing my hands. They came in. They saw me. All right.
so was it a man or a woman
It was a trans woman.
that
Let
touched
me
you?
finish. Can I finish? Yes. I had just gotten a committed ceremony with Queen. I'm washing my hands. I'm already a germaphobe, but I was washing my hands. I ain't poo. I ain't pee. I was washing my hands because I was picking up cups off the table and wasn't using gloves. So I'm trying to get the germs off of me. They came in while I'm washing my hands, wanting to touch. And that's not the first time that I've done that. To say hi to me, you don't have to touch me. Say hi to me out there because we had all this time. This is the end of the event. Yep, you've been here the whole time. I've been here the whole time. Evidently, you need to use the bathroom, and so do I. I'm washing my hands. We can do all that when you come out. I don't know who the hell you was touching, or if you even washed your hands after touching your tiddlywink. You
I'm
know what
just,
I'm saying? Or your pum or your pum pum. I don't know if you washed. And I can be that way. I'm a germaphobe and I'm a cancer patient. So I don't want all that on me. And then if you don't respect it, I'm okay with it. But it's a public restroom that either male or female can go in. And I'm sorry you haven't been in that situation, but in Delaware, we have unisex bathrooms here, and they're in a lot of places because of some type of bill that passed. And some businesses rather have unisex so they're not getting sued. You feel what I'm saying? They make it unisex. Nobody can afford to pay somebody to be standing at a door to see who is. It's unisex. So when I don't got a problem with it, I'm just saying don't touch me.
And I think that just is not
And
even
I
a
think that's
trans
everybody,
thing.
right?
That's
That
just
ain't just trans.
everybody.
That's just
That's
anybody.
anybody. Even my
Right.
brothers know they gotta
That's what
don't
I was trying to say. I was trying to say that same
Yeah.
thing that we put the you put well you were talking about your experience with a trans person,
but that
but
was
I'm
her
saying that would happen
question.
with anybody.
But
You
that was her question. Is she Kalani put trans in there? So I
okay?
I
answered it.
did.
But I feel that way with straight people. I don't even want some of my girlfriends touching me. My homies, don't do that.
I don't want
You
nobody
better
touching
not
me.
touch me in no
Don't
bathroom
touch me in
after
the
you come
bathroom.
out.
Bathroom.
Girl, you know you want smack touch you in the
And we're not
bathroom.
talking, and I don't think we're talking about like sexually or violating somebody's stand. I just don't want people touching me. And gay people, LGBTQ, we are the most touchingest people I know.
Yes.
We touch
Everybody,
people.
everything
We
got to be like
girl,
hands on.
hey girl, and they patting you, and they walk right up to you, touching your boobs and stuff. Like, don't touch me. So
Mhm.
it's nothing personal against trans. It's just I don't want nobody touching me. Touch me and don't even buy me a meal, not even a drink.
So
I
how do
like
y'all feel going to a
in the right
do you
though.
when you all go to a fast food restaurant? Do you
Hmm.
all question about whether people touching your food or not?
Yeah, I got. If I go to a
Yes.
fast food restaurant and
I
I'm
mean,
ordering,
do
I
you
need to see
know?
you making
Yeah,
my food, and I need to make sure you got gloves
So how do
on.
you
it's
know
a point
that
of
they
contention.
hands are clean when they touching your food?
Well, most according to in my state, I don't know about Atlanta, but in my state, you gotta wear gloves.
You
You
really
can't be
do.
in there touching food. You got to wear gloves. You can't be doing it by hand. That is a state law. So another thing is I pray over my food. And that's the other thing. But if you come in hacking, coughing, I'm gonna send the food
Alana, what
back.
you laughing
It
at?
don't look right. I'm sending it back. We put our silverware in boiling hot water. We ask for it at our table to put our silverware in. And if
All
you
right, so
can't
not
bring
to
me that,
interrupt
I
you.
need plasticware.
Okay, I was just about to say that. Do y'all think it's weird when you go to restaurants and ask them for plasticware?
No, it's
No,
not.
because
No,
I do.
I
Okay,
do it.
okay. Because I went to a restaurant and I was told that that was weird, and I was like, "How's that weird? I don't want, people don't really clean their utensils like they
I
supposed
forget.
to."
You get
And at the end of the
hepatitis off
day,
of silverware that's not properly cleaned.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. That's why I'm like, no, give me plasticware. So okay, I'm gonna say for an example, we went out to the bar one night, me and Dre, right? And they bring us our food and they give us plasticware because that's what we ordered. So another couple, which is white, let me just throw it out there, says something along the lines like, why you giving them people, why you giving
Them
them
people.
the plasticware, not knowing that that's what we requested. So in my mind, because we're at the bar and I'm already drinking, I just start going off because I'm like, is this man trying to is he trying to insult us? Is he trying to come at us? Because I'm thinking like, oh, maybe he's on some racial type shit. Because it's like, okay, you giving these black gay people plasticware and we just wash dishes, the type things. But I didn't hear the whole conversation. But that just goes to show you and proves that that's why that shit's necessary.
They were coming actually for the waiter, like the server. So they were just saying to the server, like, why would you give these guys plastic? Everybody else getting silverware. So that's the thing. But you know, he was already drinking, but it wasn't an insult to him. That's the way it came. It came to the. It was coming to the waiter. So I had to explain to him like they didn't insult you. They were actually asking the waiter the question because at the A, they're like, damn, like they were trying to tell him, I hope you ain't in here stereotyping, pretty much. You know what I mean? Like, because the bartender is the waiter too at that restaurant.
Mm.
So it was like you didn't give everybody else silverware. Now you did came up, these two niggas then walked in here and y'all gave them plastic. I hope you ain't up in here, But that's not.
They had y'all back. They had y'all back basically.
They had our
That's what's
back, yeah,
up.
because they were like they noticed that we were two gay men. They were two older
Right.
gay men. They were really trying to
Yeah.
strike up a conversation because apparently a lot of gay men don't.
But they didn't
A
know
lot of
how
the gay
to.
men don't come into the bar. Now, when I sat down, we had already talked. He went to the bathroom. So they already knew this is my dude. They knew who he was. So this was their way of trying to like just make a light joke to come into a conversation and say, so do you guys come here often? We never seen y'all before. Because mind you, these motherfuckers eat there 3-4 times a week. So they know everybody who come up
Yes.
in this motherfucking restaurant. We come up in here,
Yep.
the new black monkeys in the area. You know, and we come up in the
No,
area
really.
and we go sit directly at the bar and we sit by two older gay white men. They wasn't trying to buy
Yes.
us a drink. They wasn't trying to, do a foursome. They wasn't trying. They just they were like, oh, new gay people, let's be friends. And it just turned into a whole thing. Like the next time I seen them, they were like, we are so sorry for the last time you guys came in. We really want, and I was like, no.
But it was really my mistake. I misinterpreted what they were trying to say. I thought that they were trying to be funny and like, oh, because we're black and we're gay, like, hey, let's give them plasticware instead of our regular wear, you know?
Well, I'm glad you got it together.
But that's not how it was. I'm glad that Dre was there because God is always with us.
I'm glad he was there. Let's redirect. Let's redirect. So
See
everybody's
why I
cool with the
love Zay?
bathroom.
That's why I love Zay. He bring the funny in it. He bring the humor. I love you, Zay.
I
I
love
love y'all
it.
too.
So everybody's cool with the bathroom, and most of us just don't want to be touched.
Yes. So for me, it's you
I
didn't
didn't
ask
ask you,
me,
Zay.
Kalani, so let me put myself in a
Tell
hot
me,
seat.
Zay. Let's
No.
go.
So if I was using the
Mm-hmm.
restroom and a trans person came in
Mm-hmm.
there, I'm gonna look,
Hold
but
on,
I ain't gonna
Zay.
say
You gonna do
nothing.
what?
Just don't speak to me.
Look at what?
I'm gonna look at them to make sure they know that they're in the right bathroom or not. Because okay, so let me tell you, I used to work at okay, I had jobs. Let me just put it out there for America. Hello America, they had jobs. But I used to work at
Mm-hmm.
Walmart, okay? And I had this friend and I call him, I call her Rangier. You know, she's a lady.
Okay.
But a lot of people at the jobs knew that she was a he. And I used to tell them, like, yo, y'all can't. They used to try to basically tell her that she can't come into the women's bathroom only because they know that she a man. But at the same time, I used to try to tell them, like, you can't really tell somebody where to go because if they identify as such, you have to treat them as such. Correct?
You,
Like if a man portrays as a woman and that's what he identifies as, you got to respect that. Same for the woman, correct? So because he identifies as a woman, he is allowed to use the women's bathroom, correct? Because that's what his outer appearance shows. That's what he goes by. He goes by her, she.
can y'all hear me?
I felt like I was talking to myself
Yeah,
because I
here
asked
we
questions
can
and
we can
Oh,
hear
I
nobody
can
y'all. I
hear
think
you.
the mic's
Yeah.
muted.
Okay,
Y'all
I
gonna have
think
to.
that I don't know what happened. Anyway,
We were nodding our heads as you was asking.
but yeah, the question. Did the panel answer your question? Because I
Didn't you hear me say I didn't know if I was talking to the panel or not because I didn't hear no responses?
could you ask the question again so they can hear it?
What Zay was asking, if they identify as a woman and if he was trying to
Hmm.
educate his coworkers, then you need to let them use the bathroom. And he was like, is that correct? And we all were shaking our head. But yes, that is correct.
Because I mean, well, everybody know that it was a he, but he identifies as the pronouns as she, her, lady, woman. So I feel like it is right that he uses the ladies' bathroom and not the men's bathroom.
Yeah, but he's no longer a she's a she.
Yeah, right. That's what they had to understand. Because I feel like when it comes to like Okay, people, talk about people regardless, no matter whether you gay, straight, black, white, Puerto Rican, Chinese, Korean, or whatever. Okay, they gonna talk about you. But I feel like when it comes to the trans, people do things to be smart or to be seen. So it's like we know what we see. Everybody already knows what it is, but it's always that one person who has to go against the grain and still call it like, well, I was introduced to you as, or you was born as. So that's what I'm gonna call you. But that's disrespectful, correct? Okay,
I
that's
have a
all.
question,
I have
That's all,
different
Kalani. I'm
views.
done.
and I got a question along that line a little bit. I don't know if I want
Okay.
to answer it, and it's for the trans community.
Is
Um,
it one of the questions you gave me already?
no, it
Okay.
he triggered it. What Zay said and explaining the story, because I've been in a situation where it's taken me like 8 years and learning how to get pronouns right, and because I need to get to know a person, and I know you know where I'm going with this, Peirrce. So there are some people, and Kalani, you touched on it a little bit today, where you said some people are not trans and they make it harder for those who are truly trans. And so one of the things that, and there are some people who are, and I don't know if I want to say this, but this is,
Say it.
it's being transparent. So there are people who say that they're trans, right? But they still look like, for instance, there are some people who are trans men who still look like a woman, and it's hard for me. And I'm being very transparent. I may have just met you. You can tell me your pronouns, but the way I'm an old gay woman, the way I look at it, I didn't have to do pronouns and all of that. And the people that I knew that were trans, they were fully trans, meaning every day of their life, this is how they live, not just when they go out. So if you're standing there and I can see a beard and I see you in men's clothes, it's hard for me. And I'm just being transparent. I'm not trying to come at nobody. You got your full beard. You look like a man to me, and you're in men's clothes. So I don't talk about it, but that's a little confusing to me as to what your identity is. So some people will get offended if I ask what the pronouns are. I gotta ask because you got a little feminine. I ask everybody that if I'm unsure, what are your pronouns? So I don't offend you. That is my thing that I've been doing for the past 8 years. And if the
Right.
conversation go further, I'm trying to, like, what I think trans is not what trans is in 2025. And I just like to know how that went about. I'm truly asking, how did that go about? Because I didn't know you could, there's certain things you can have everything else but still have what you were born with. I didn't know that. And I'm being educated. I'm one who will go and read, and the other half will give me things to read. But when you come from somebody who came out in the 80s, that's just not and where I'm from. And I gotta say that because we have a very diverse panel. Where I'm from, trans was identified a certain way. And 2025 is definitely different. So that is my question, um for you, Kalani. Like,
Are you saying is it considered? Are you asking is it considered trans if you got the full
now I'm trying to
everything,
say, like,
or
somebody told me it was trans female. There would be some times that I would see them as a female, and I speak to them, because you look like a female. But one time, and this was months later, they had the full disc, and I did. You look like a man. Hey, what's up, bro? And I truly offended them, but I didn't remember them because I saw you a different way and you were in a drag show. So, there are some people who do drag that aren't necessarily trans, and it becomes a little,
Okay, yeah,
Confusing.
that right there, that is confusing. I can
Stan,
understand
you
that.
want to answer?
I mean, the whole point is we're going back to the same thing with labels. And what Smack is saying is
You
she got a
sipping out of
problem
anybody?
because she don't know how to identify a person because they got a beard, they're wearing makeup, they're doing that. Why do you have to label them? Just let them be whatever they are. That's what they are.
but don't come
Why do
at
you
me with
wrestle with the
But don't
fact
say
that you
that
got
she
to label
offended
them?
you.
Why do you have to label them and wrestle with that fact that hey, why is it important that you have to identify with what they are?
because
Okay,
they
so
ready
they
to
got
Because
a
she
beard, they
offended
got
him.
makeup. So
they
what's
ready to
the
fight.
Listen,
issue?
Okay, I don't like labels, and that's why I don't
And
like
that's
them.
why you're wrestling with it because you wrestling with a label.
No, no,
Just
no, 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 no.
you said, well, I
You
don't know what their
missed it.
pronouns
You
are. I
missed
don't know
it.
what this is.
I'm not.
I don't want
Hold
to
on. I'm
insult
not.
them.
Hold on.
Just
Hold
talk
on.
to them as a
I just
person.
said in 2025. Out here, because you know what I'm talking about. In 2025, they ready to fight.
I
Don't
would like to
they're
answer
only
this
ready to fight if
question.
you try to
To
put
me,
a label
and
what you
I'm gonna
don't
go after you,
understand.
but
Peirce.
that's what they want. I'm
All
not
right,
trying to
I
do
guess so. Hey, all
what
right,
they want.
I,
All right.
Let's
you're right.
let's let's hear what
See,
Queen
that's
Lady
why I
So,
You're
has
didn't
to
right.
want to
say.
ask
so,
the
Smack.
question.
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're
so,
right.
I
so
didn't
to
want to ask.
me,
I'm not asking no more questions to gain clarity.
so for
No, I'm
me,
gonna
for
help
me,
you in a minute.
all of this stuff, I'm kind of like on Stan's side with this. All of this stuff is cosmetic stuff because I know women with strong ass beards. I know just like Smack. If we going off of what
I was
people
told that
visually look like,
that mean they got good
Smack
genetic.
with looks like a guy. She's dressed in all boys' clothes. So we gotta stop judging people on how they look and just how
And
you
you see what
doing.
I'm saying, Pierce? This is the same thing we're talking. Our own community do it. We do it to ourselves.
I'm gonna say something. Are you? Let me know when you're done.
Yeah,
I do
so
agree
to
on that.
me, I think it's just about simple things
Stand,
of
stand, ain't where
respect.
I'm
Don't
at.
assume someone is something. Go up, introduce yourself. How you doing? My name is X, Y, and Z. Let them tell you who they are. Stop assuming
And
because, like
that's
I
what I
said,
do.
so now I'm not
I
coming
said
at
that.
you, but my
Exactly.
thing is this: if we look at a person and say, "Oh, they're trans," then we're going to get this wrong. We're going to get lesbians confused with trans men. We're going to get feminine gay men mixed up with trans women. We're going to be all over the place. You can't do like it's not a look.
I can
It's
look
an
at Smack and
identity. It's
sit
who
back and
you
say, okay,
are.
Smack is
And
a stud. Smack does not
not
go by
no
labels.
stud.
I would never
Not no
approach Smack
stud.
and approach Smack as a lesbian or a stud or a dyke or anything. I would approach Smack just like a normal person because I don't have to try to
Word.
identify in my mind what she is. I'm not gonna sit back and wrestle with that. Hey, I just look at Smack as Smack. I'm not gonna wrestle with the fact that okay, what is she? Is she a stud? Is she a dyke? Is she a this? Is she a that? I'm not gonna go through all that fucking mental shit. I
I
just
can't
Right.
look
You
at
stand.
don't want to
I
assume.
mean
But
Smack. I mean
I
Smack.
can't
That's
stand
all
that
it
word
is.
dyke.
I'm not identifying, and I'm not
We got to
gonna sit
stop
back and
with
try to
that.
put it in my
We not
mind. What
we not
she is.
labeled
hold on, but
like
All
I
right.
think what she was
I
I
think
think what she
Kamani
was
need to
saying
come
is
up.
she got confused by the beard, and so she literally just was saying, I got confused. So if I'm a if who's speaker, is that me?
If
Uh,
they got a beard, why would that affect you think of them? They just a person with a beard.
It's not affecting what I think of them. It's saying
no
is what I'm
way
saying
they're
is
gonna have me ever think like you stand. I'm sorry. I am my own
right.
person. And it is
What I'm
not
saying
wrong
is
for me
if
to
I see a
feel the way
person
that I
that's standing
feel
next to
either.
me and the person standing next to me has a beard, my first reaction is, yo, what's good, dude? I may not have realized that it's not a dude. It's not judging them, it's not labeling them. It's just the way I speak because I look over and I see a person with a beard. Like, for instance, I was in Walmart and this lady had a good chin strap. So I was like, "How you doing, sir?" And she said, "I'm sorry, I'm a ma'am." "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize it. My bad, ma'am. How are you?" It's not disrespecting her. It's just literally, I thought you was a dude. So it's just an honest mistake, and we don't always have the chance to say, "Oh, hi, how are you? My name is Andre." Because truth be told, let's be real, most people don't even give you a chance to introduce yourself because most people have a negative kind of sore about life anyway.
So
So
just
I don't
say
have time to
hi.
go through the whole introduction thing. So usually, if I say hi, I was raised by my grandfather. You say hello, sir, or hello, ma'am. You don't just say hi because that's disrespectful. And so if you don't want somebody to misgender you, or you don't want to feel a certain type of way, then help a person when they misgender you by just simply saying, "Hi, I'm sorry, I'm a guy, I'm a lady, and my name is." Because
Exactly.
just like I don't look like a girl. But if I'm on the phone, sometimes somebody would say to me, "Well, I'm sorry, ma'am," and I say, "I'm sorry, sir. My name is Andre." It's not a disrespect thing. It's a simple thing of just sometimes take your ass and introduce yourself. That's
And
my
that's
thing.
what, not ready to fight because somebody said, "What's up, bro?" I'm calling it how I see it. If you're
Exactly.
saying, "Hey, I don't go by bro on this," then I respect it.
No, but let's be honest. Sometimes people look stone cold like a trans man, and you'll still call them Miss.
I
No,
don't. But if
I
you look like a dude, I'm gonna call you
can't
sir.
tell me.
Yeah.
You can't tell me what I see. You may see something and I see something totally different. I'm
I don't
sorry.
know. Kalani, take your show back.
um,
You started a riot, girl.
looks like I have, and it's probably getting ready to get worse because this is what I was talking about when I said there's not enough checks and balances in our community, and we just let everything just go on. This is my thing, and a lot of people get upset. A lot of trans people are upset with me when I say this, that you are not going to tell me that after over $100,000 of work that have been put into my transition, that somebody can just wake up tomorrow and say, "I'm trans," and they're supposed to be respected in the same way as somebody who's put in work.
Amen.
I don't agree with that. And I don't agree with that because when I came up, I'm kind of like with Smack with that. When we came up back in the day, trans was very specific. It was not all this broad stuff going on around here. As a matter of fact, when you say trans, you really thought of transsexuals. So when they added this transgender portion, it kind of got the water kind of got murky. And for me, trans, when you look up the word trans, it means to move from one place to the other. How can we say we're trans and we don't move? We stay the same. I don't want to get rid of this. I don't want to get rid of that. I'm going to stay here. Then we are all not trans to me. That's in my head. This is coming from a trans person. This is me. And I think sometimes we get confused with self identity and social identity.
The best thing to do, seriously, is I would not be concerned about how other people are and how they identify themselves. If you put $100,000 into what you are, then that's fine. If another person sit back and they don't have that money and they didn't put it into them and they say they trans, why would I sit back and get upset about how another person? I can identify myself as a goddamn goat.
Right, but is trans considered a person
But
who
hold
has
See, you guys are trying to
100%
put labels
of the
again. That's
surgery or
what you're
not?
doing.
no,
See, this whole
this is the
community is trying to
thing.
label.
No,
So we're
this is
trying
the
to
thing. What I'm
say
saying
y'all
is
trying to label this shit, and
But that's not
and
even a
you
label, Stan. That's
it's
what the
not a
No,
label, Stan. What
LGBTQ
I'm
it
do.
asking the
is
difference between
it's
the
a respect
trans.
level. It's a respect level. If you were a surgeon or a doctor and you went to school to be a doctor, When you come out, you don't automatically just start operating on people. You become an intern, then you become a resident, then you become a certain. There's a process and a level to getting there, and we
So
have
you
no
saying a
checks and
trans?
balances.
So anybody identified as trans, they got to go through. There's a certain process to sit back and say, I'm a verified trans.
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Yes, I believe so.
All right.
Gotta respect how people
That's
feel.
how I feel.
All right.
That's how. Yes, I feel like there's certain things that have to be done. You
Well,
I
can't
you
just
know
agree
what?
wake
with
up.
you, Kay.
You
I
can't
It
just
ain't.
wake
agree.
up
It ain't a
today and
matter.
say
It ain't a
that.
matter of me having to
I
wake
agree
up.
with that.
But hey, I mean, you can say what you say. But if you sit back and you guys got issues with people with that,
I
that shit gonna
I
be
don't
going on
have an
forever.
issue with anybody,
You
and
know.
I think you missed the point where Smack said that the person presented themselves one way to her, and she said, "Okay, that what are your pronouns?" Da da da. Da. She seen them again and didn't even recognize them, and said, "What's up?" And they were offended,
I said, "What's
and
up?" There?
they're offended because of their inconsistency.
Oh, okay.
That part.
Now
Thank
that's something different, but to see somebody and they are trans and then you automatically assume that they are whatever you want them to be is
Yeah, now
something
that's
different.
total disrespect.
Yes,
I
that's
get
total
that.
disrespect.
I get that. But most of the people that's going off, when they go off, and this is from my own experience, when I see people going off about I'm a man and I'm not a sir, and it's usually the people. mm,
I really wouldn't.
I was
I
trying.
mean,
Who's
I
not
don't
fully
even. I
who's
wouldn't
not
make it. I
fully
wouldn't
there?
even make it an issue. I
That's
wouldn't
what I
care.
was saying in my story. One way they present it.
I wouldn't fucking care what you.
But that's you, so you got to respect how other people feel, Stan.
But
You're
see,
not the
you all
only
sit
host of the
back not
show.
respecting how other people, because you all sitting back saying, "Hey, because they came off this way, y'all not respecting them."
Hold
But
on.
we
What
are
I
No,
respecting them.
what
We
I
didn't
it's
said.
not.
disrespect
It's
them.
not
We
that. I
simply
feel
spoke.
disrespected, Stan. If I put all this work into my transition, and somebody can put in no work, and they think that they could be in the same categories, it's not happening.
So do they have transgender? And then I mean, I'm just saying with the different identities, is there one called transsexual?
Yes,
Okay. Thank you.
transgender is what we're talking about.
Okay.
Transgender is the identity, sexual, like the identity, like
Right.
So
gender
let me ask you one
identity.
question: Are
Thank
you
Transsexual
part of? Are
means
you
that you
part of
have
any? Are you
not
part of any
only
trans organizations or
I'm
anything?
sorry, Kalani. What did you say, Kalani? You had the floor?
transgender deals with identity and who you believe yourself to be. Transsexual means that there has been an operation for you to go from one sex to the next.
Well, then that should be two different categories.
Right,
That's what
and
she's
that's my
saying.
point.
That's
Okay.
what she's saying.
Yeah.
And that's my point. And now they're grouping everybody together. And I don't feel like that's right. And that's just me. That's my personal feeling.
No, I kind of agree with you on that one. I understand it now when you break it down like that.
I mean, because I really, and it's my belief that some people are not even really trans. That's my belief as a trans person. That a lot of people aren't really trans.
Do you think
It's the
it just
hot
be a
thing on the
phase
market right
sometimes?
now.
Yeah, I was about to say, do you think it's just a phase?
It's a fad. It's a phase,
They're trying to figure out who they actually are.
and most of them it's about trying to get them in. A lot of them are feminine boys who see that a lot of the guys like trans women, so they jump over there. That's why you got so many people detransitioning. My opinion.
I
Sorry.
agree with the last part that not everybody is trans.
No. Everybody calling themselves trans is not trans.
Well, maybe that's what I walked into, I don't know. And I, I appreciate you sharing, because the way I was brought up into, you know, this, by my gay mom and dad, that's how they explained it. And that's how I carried it up until 8 years ago. You know what I mean? If you didn't fully transition, I didn't look at you as trans. But thank you for explaining transgender and transsexual, that there are two within, that's hard, within that same, uh,
Right.
I appreciate you explaining it, because I believe education is key. And I thank you. But
I have nothing against anybody who's at the beginning stage of transition, in the middle stage, if they're at a standstill. It's just my opinion. It's my opinion is that it's just that, an opinion. It doesn't mean
Yeah,
that
it's
I'm
an
right. It
opinion,
doesn't
but
mean you're
it
wrong.
make
It's just
that
my
you're
opinion.
right or wrong, right? But it
Yeah,
makes
it's not.
sense.
It doesn't make me right. Doesn't make you wrong. It's just my opinion. That's just how I feel.
But it makes sense though.
and
You know,
Sexual is
yeah,
because you switched it. Gender is just something that you're feeling.
right? And I feel like self identity. Like when I said self identity and social identity is two separate things. You can self identify all day, because the only person that needs to know about your self identity is who? Self. But when you talk about social identity and how you want people to view you, there are checks and balances that you gotta go through if you want to be respected by those people, for them to see what you want them to see. Because we're not gonna just use our imaginations, people. I mean, that's just how I feel. I know, Stan. It's a hard pill to swallow, huh?
Ain't nothing hard for me to swallow with that, man. I just, hey, that's your opinion. That's so I have no issue with it. It don't make or break my day.
Well, that's good. So we good on that. I didn't know that question was gonna
You
take
are,
us around there.
that's the one thing about this panel right here that I like. We agree to disagree,
Yeah.
and we
I
still
mean,
bring it back
all
in.
of our
That's all that
experiences are
matters.
all different, and my experience is different. I'm
Exactly.
not gonna sit back and challenge your experiences because you haven't been in my shoes. So you
Right.
don't know how I see and seeing things. So I'm not gonna disrespect your what you felt because shit, I'm not in your shoes. But hey, you ain't been in mine either. You know,
Yeah.
and I've been dealing in the trans community for a long, long time. I've dealt
And
with
that's
girls for a
wonderful.
long,
But you're
long
not,
time.
but
I've
let me
dealt with
help you with something.
I dealt with trans organizations for a long, long time.
That's
I've been
great.
involved with them. I
Hmm.
know a whole lot of stuff.
That's nice, but you're not trans.
I don't have to be.
but
You need
nobody
to be.
is crediting
No,
you
I
with
don't.
that.
Because
You need to
just
be to
because you're
understand what I'm
trans,
saying.
that's your experience for you. I've been
As a
around a bunch
trans
of trans
woman,
girls that have gone through a whole lot more than you have.
how can you speak about an experience you've never walked?
I didn't have to. You know what? See, for you to say that, just like saying a white guy can't sit back and be friends with a black person because
No, we're not talking
you
about
ain't never
friends.
walked that.
We're not talking about
That ain't
friends.
the same.
All
A
right,
white person
you know
can't
what?
can't talk
Hey,
to me about slavery. They can't talk to me about it.
hey, you know what? You're right,
I know.
Kalani. You're right.
I
You're
know.
right. I'm wrong.
But Stan, you can't really be upset with
I'm
Kalani
not
because
upset with
she's
nobody.
trans. She's actually walked those footsteps.
But
She's
she's
went
only
through
walked her
that.
footsteps. She ain't walked all trans girls'
I
footsteps.
She ain't walked
haven't.
She
all
walked
trans,
hers.
but
No, you haven't, Kalani. There's a lot of
That's
I
what
she
I
girls.
didn't
have,
say
said.
you
I
she
know
literally
did.
what?
said I haven't.
I have one question for Kalani with what she said, and I respected what she said, right? But the question that comes to mind for me is, if I'm a trans woman in the inside and I actually have poor economics, I can't afford to take on all the tasks to become like you, what I aspire to be. Does that make me less of a trans woman because I
No,
can't afford it?
no.
Okay. And
It
I
doesn't
also
make you.
wonder
It doesn't
about
make you less. It doesn't make you less than a trans woman. And I want to be clear about this. That what I'm not saying that one is greater than the other. But what I am saying is, how do we put everybody in the same place?
Label.
And they have not. And we talk about all these labels, but we got a whole thing that says LGBTQ
This
plus.
is all about labels. This is all
Yeah,
this what this
it
is.
is. Letter for letter. That's exactly what the show is about. Labels. How do you put everybody in the same category? It just does not work for me.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. And I can speak on that portion because I am trans. I wasn't around trans people. I'm not getting from people's stories. People are not coming to me telling me what they've been through or what they've gone. This is a walk that I have walked. I've done this. This ain't something I heard.
And you're one of a million people with a
I
different
am.
story. So your
I
story
am.
does not verify every trans woman's story.
And
And that's
neither
what I'm
did
saying.
I
So
say it did. I didn't say it did.
what you're feeling is your story, but your
Right?
story, there's a million other girls got a million different stories than you do, Kalani.
And that's
And
great.
understand that.
And that's great. But I'm
Understand
the
that.
trans woman on this panel.
all right. I think we should get to the next question because we're not going to get nowhere with this one.
We sure ain't. Because I said what I said.
That's right. Me too.
Boom.
Next question. Where we want to go from here? Oh, Smack, I'll answer your questions later. The questions you sent me,
Yes.
I'll answer them later.
Yeah, you can hit me in the inbox. Thank you.
All right, yeah, I'll answer them personally. Um, don't want y'all fighting, but this was a question that somebody submitted to me, and it might not even be something that need to be addressed, but I'm just gonna because I did say I was gonna say it. Um, what what is the beef between lesbians and gay men, if any at all? Is there any underlying resentment from either group?
Repeat it one more time.
What is the beef or the contention between lesbians and gay men, if any at all? And is there any underlying resentment from either group to the other?
Well, looks like I'm the only lesbian on here tonight.
Peach ain't a
And
lesbian.
I really, like, yeah, Peach, nah, she's not. No. Um, to be honest with you, um, I didn't know there was beef between lesbians, and
I didn't either.
I didn't know that there was a beef like that. But then I sit here and I think about, I've had disagreements with some gay men. You know what I'm saying? Those that, I'm making my words right, that identify as being a gay man. And I think it's, they have to understand, I think, like, all lesbians are not the same. Get to know a person and not this one definition that society put out here. But I didn't know that was a situation.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I've had, differences with some of my gay male friends, but we still friends. So it couldn't have been no beef because we still cool. Like,
right.
communicate. And they don't be trying to holler and throw it down my throat. And I got to believe the way that they believe. I appreciate that. But, I don't know about no beef, though. I'm keeping it real. I don't know nothing about no beef. I didn't know there was such.
Okay.
I'll probably go and research that. I didn't know that there was beef between lesbians and gay men.
Yeah, I didn't either. Any of the men want to say something about that?
I got something to say about it.
Oh, you do, Peach? Let's go, Peach.
All right. So, and from my experience,
Mm-hmm.
first off, just like everybody, when you see me, everybody always assumes that I'm a lesbian, but I'm not. So, with the
I did assume.
assumption of that coming into spaces, I have never had that issue with gay black men. It's
Oh,
always gay white men. And I think that has something to do with either my position, I guess, because I'm a nonprofit owner. I come in with confidence. I'm black and I'm not going to take their shit. And I have been blackballed out here by gay white men. Um, Gay white men have tried to block me from spaces, funding, all kinds of stuff. So I don't know if it's a necessarily a lesbian thing. Well, one person out here that used to be the former president of a particular organization actually admittedly said, they don't like lesbians. So yeah, I think it's more or less the idea that a woman black can be dominant in a space. But I don't have an issue with black um gay men. They give me my props, they show me my love. It's always the whites. And I
mm,
think it's just because I'm a woman and maybe the black thing. And I've seen it in a lot of spaces.
mm. Not the white girls. Any men want to take that? You don't have
And
to if you don't want to.
you is what you is. Just be happy with what you is. Uh, but I ain't never had no problem. I mean, and I don't recall anybody ever having an issue with me. Uh, at least not to my face, but maybe on a
Right.
podcast or two.
Right. That's your answer.
That's my answer. I'm sticking to it, and it's on the board. It's number one.
Zay, where's Zay at?
He
Down
walked
below.
our he walked our guest down to her Uber, but yeah, it's just a podcast or two.
Mm. Stan, you have anything to say about that? I can't hear you. I still can't hear you. Is it me or is it you? I can't hear you.
We can't hear you, Stan. You unmuted. We can't hear you. You got to take yourself off mute.
All right. Well, we'll come back if he gets back through. Um. uh, all right. We're going. I'm gonna give the last question, and then we can open it up. I know y'all can tell I done skipped around.
Okay, can y'all hear me now?
Yes. Hey, Steve.
Okay. All
You got
right.
anything you want to say about that?
I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not gay and I'm not a lesbian, so I don't really
So you
know.
don't have nothing to say?
No.
Okay. I got two questions for you, but I'm gonna ask you at a different time.
Me?
Hmm.
Oh.
These are trans attracted men questions.
What? Ask me now.
You ready?
Uh,
Her phone died.
I don't know what happened to Kalani. Oh no.
Damn it, we was just great. Get this about to get
She
interesting.
disappeared. Oh no.
don't
My.
fuck with me. Magic.
Oh no, these are some pretty deep questions. Hopefully Kalani pops back on. How's everybody feeling about this topic? Letter for letter, what do we really think about each other?
You know what
I think
I'm
it's a good topic. I just feel like we gotta do better with respecting one another's opinion.
and not so much respecting other people's opinions, but you know, each of us have different paths in our lives, and we've done things. We can't always say because what Stan has went through in life, I can sit back and make that a validation of what people go through. You know, it's so diverse. And yet, right here, we just proved to ourselves that we all put labels on ourselves. We do. We put labels on what we do in our own community. And that's what we're doing. I've been
But
dealing
let me
with,
ask you this thing:
yeah.
is the show not built around what is considered the labels? Like, if there's no LGBTQIA plus, then why the hell do we have this show?
Then why do we ask a
Like, that's
question
why we
about
have this
labels then?
show.
What's the issue with the labels
But
then?
it's the same thing. Like, if you see that it has an
I'm back.
LGBTQIA platform, then
What
and
I
you don't agree with actual labels, sometimes it's just be like maybe it's the thing of maybe might not be it because like that's the whole process of what the show is based on.
did I miss something?
LGBTQIA. It's on every advertisement that we're on.
All right, Kalani, take your show back.
I got
Did I miss something?
Thank you, Andre.
I ask everybody how they feel about the
Thank
show.
you, Andre. Because
I get it.
it's in everything, even the YouTube channel. And that's why I'm like,
It's in
what am I
everything,
missing?
right?
It's everywhere.
Ask your
Now, y'all, I
questions,
didn't think these
Kalani.
questions was gonna be like this. I didn't. We should just give y'all the questions and let y'all read them. I didn't think it was gonna be like this. We're gonna do the last question,
Oh, go.
and then we're gonna open it up. Cause I don't think Stan hear the question that I gave before?
No, you went out as soon as you was about to ask it.
Okay, good. We'll talk, Stan. I'll ask you personally. Um, this question is for everybody. If you could change anything about the community, like right now today, what would it be and why?
Go.
Who you putting in the hot seat? Can I go first?
Yeah, go ahead, Zay.
Okay. So, if there was anything to change, right,
Mm-hmm.
I would change probably, I would say, the labels of the LGBTQ and plus and all that other stuff. You know, there would be no such thing because at the end of the day, I view it as everybody is the same. We're all human and everybody bleeds the same things, you know. So you shouldn't identify yourself as you're gay, or you shouldn't have to tell people like, "Hey, I'm a lesbian," or "I'm gay," or "I'm this," or "I'm that." You know, because at the end of the day, we're all humans. So I feel like we should change the fact that we are all just the same. We shouldn't view nobody any differently. You know.
I like that. So you would change like the what is it called, acronym?
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't be no labels or anything.
No.
So what would just be just rainbow or just everybody just be human?
We're just all gay. It doesn't matter what type of gay you are.
Oh,
It
it's
all,
just gay.
yeah.
Okay. Gay Inc.
That's what they say. They don't say, are you this or you that? Oh, they gay. They gay. They gay. That's all you hear.
That's universal language.
Yep.
Exactly.
But
What
not
say
all
you, Dre?
trans people get.
You said not all trans people
I'm
are gay.
not.
You're right. You're right.
I
Because
might try it, but I'm not
remember on
right
the
now.
I think it was the last show or the one before that when I had said that if two trans mess with each other or if trans men and trans women mess, would they still be considered LGBTQ? But we're also the same, right?
Technically, it would be like what, heterosexual?
Yes.
Wow, that's something to think about.
Yes.
All right, Dre, you want to go next?
I mean, my thing is just, you know, for checks and balance purposes, leave shit alone. But just be happy with being you. I don't think it's so much as how people identify us as I think it's how you identify you. If somebody asks me who I am, I'm a black man. My name is Andre. If you want to get to know me, you're going to get to know Andre. They don't label me. They know that they don't say, oh, that's Dre, he gay. Because I'll correct them. No, baby, this is Dre, and he's Dre. And you might want to keep Dre in the seat.
You like peach and
because it's like if Dre Day come out now, we're gonna have a whole misunderstanding. So it's keep it clean and keep it cute. Like, but at the end of the day, we kill ourselves just like, and I hate to say it like this, but a lot of it's just a black issue.
It is.
Like when it's all said and done, I feel like we've always labeled ourselves as black people. I'm the field nigga, you the house nigga. I'm from the east side, you from the west side, and the south side do it the best side. And it's always been a competition to make ourselves one person higher than we ought to be. And at the end of the day, we all the same. We all bleed the same. We all been through the same struggle. If a cop harass one, he gonna harass all.
That's the truth.
So when it's said and done, like it don't matter what you do in your bedroom, it's going to be based upon how you identify yourself. But for checks and balance purposes, it's needed. Because at the end of the day, like let's just be real, without it, there would be no organizations, there would be no fights and no causes. Like, and it is what it is.
There'd be no need for all these rights.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Smack.
If I could change something, it would be the way that some of our people, and I'm talking black people and people, I ain't trying to label, because that's the new thing. I ain't trying to label. But people within, this is my opinion, within this community, got to learn respect. People got to respect one another and understand that how I interpret something may not be the same way that you interpret it, or how you're trying to put it to me. Who's to say that what you're saying is the way I'm supposed to go? There's a whole lot of stuff out here I don't agree with. But because somebody labeled it that this is what it is, I was fine 8 years ago. I was fine. Not saying that I'm not fine now. I'm just caught up to the time of the year that it's in. The way that I was, I mingle. I still today, it is not nowhere I can't go and I'm respected. Whether I'm in a straight club, whether I'm at a straight event, heterosexual, I never looked at it like that. I'm going to go and have a good time. You know what I'm saying? So these labels that we created, I'm wondering, like, why did we create all this? It was either straight or gay. You know what I'm saying? Like, why did we create all this? I didn't have no play in that because it was all before I was born. But I would probably be like, why is it necessary for us to do that when you can just be yourself? Because I'm myself, no matter where I go. I ain't got to switch up. I ain't got a code switch. And people respect that. But I've noticed that within this community that they have placed me in, it's a lot of people don't respect how I am. And that right there, that's the problem for me. I don't care what kind of degrees you got. I don't care how long you've been on this earth. How I feel is how I feel. I get more respect outside of this community that they place me in than the community I'm in.
Okay. I did hear you, Smack though. Stan, what say you? What would you change?
I mean, there's nothing. There's nothing. I mean, there's nothing I would change. But you know what? Everybody's coming up with the same answer of what I was trying to um, bring to everybody. Because not everybody's saying, "Hey, let me be me. Let's not do labels." That's all I was trying to say. This whole fucking show was what you all are sitting back saying now. Don't put labels on me. Don't do this on me. And that's what everybody's saying right now. And that's all I've been trying to say this whole show. It's not. Let's not put the labels on us. Let us don't try to tag us as something. And if I see you as something and you don't identify as that, let me respect that. But don't let me sit back and say, well, if you look like a dyke and you say you're not a dyke, but I say you're a dyke because that's how you look, you know. And what we're doing right now is everybody sitting back saying right now, let everybody be themselves. Let's not label people. That's all I've been trying to say this whole show. And yet, and that's all I've been saying. Let's not. I'm not gonna. I can't identify you through my eyes and what I see you as. I can only identify you as what you are and how you identify yourself, and I'm gonna respect that. Whether you got a beard and you wear a dress and you got a mustache and all that, I am not going to sit back and put it in my brain of what you are. If you say, hey, this is me, I respect you. If your hair is pink, I'm going to respect you. If you are bald, I respect you. I'm not going to sit back and play these games in my own head because I think I'm way too important to myself to sit back and try to sit back and identify and make my life go around how you identify yourself. I'm just gonna hey, how do you identify you? That's what I'm gonna do. So, and that's what everybody's saying right now. Just hey, be yourself. That's the same. That's the whole shit I was talking about this whole night. Just the labels, man. So, but hey, I wouldn't change nothing. Life is life. People are people. We're all a billion different types of people, and we're not going to sit back and ever categorize nobody. And uh, some people categorize me as gay. I don't consider myself gay. Some people do. Fine. I'm not going to fight that because I just know how Stan is. I don't give a fuck what you think about me or anybody else because I'm Stan and I know what I like, what I do, and whatever you do ain't taking food off my fucking table. So that's what we're coming to, and that's so I wouldn't change nothing, but we need to sit back and stop trying to sit back and put our values on other people and our labels on other people. Respect what people are. I'm not. Don't fight. Oh damn, he got a beard, but he wearing a dress. So what do I call him? He's just a fucking person. I'm done.
Thank you, Stan. Peach.
I'm going to say that I kind of disagree with people when they say you don't need labels. I'm a firm believer of that. Reason being is because I do not want to be spending my time writing a paragraph when I meet you, especially when it comes to dating, to let you know what I like. I don't mind saying that I'm pansexual. I don't mind saying if I was a lesbian, I'm a lesbian. I don't mind those things because it sums it up, and I don't have to say, hi, how are you doing? I like to date you. Who what is your preference? Oh, I'm a woman that like to lick pussies. That's too much. I would rather for you to say you're a lesbian. Oh, I'm a man that like men. I like looking at penises. I don't want you to say all that. I want you to say that you're gay. As far as what I would change in the world, I think the problem is
Oh
people
shit.
need to, like Stan, I'm agree with you with this. Come out your fucking heads. We need to change how we socialize with each other. It's not about you and what you feel. It's about coming out into the world respectful and saying, hey, how you doing? You meet somebody, you want to talk to them, hey, what's up? What is your name? I'm Kalani. Oh, how you doing, Kalani? What's up? I can figure out from there, later in conversation who you are. I'm not going to sit back and be looking like, oh, I want to say something to Kalani. Is Kalani a man, a woman, or whatever? What the fuck does that matter? I'm not trying to sleep with you. But if I'm trying to sleep with you, then that's a conversation. Hey, how you doing? What's your name? Kalani. Oh, man, you sexy. What are you into? Are you, oh, I'm a trans woman. I'm straight. Oh, okay, fine. We got to change how we socialize with each other. The problem is everybody is so dead set on how I grew up, what my grandparents taught me, what my mama told me, what this one told me. But this is not their world anymore. We're in a different world with different types of people. So why go around disrespecting everybody when it's just as simple as, how you doing? I'm Peirrce. I like everybody under the rainbow if you need to know about sexuality. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple. Take the guesswork out. My answer, change the way we socialize. And then it changes everything. Because then you're not weirded out about a bathroom. You're not weirded out about the woman with the freaking beard. Hell, I grow a beard. Am I a trans man? Fuck no. I just grow a beard. And if you see it, I got a beard. You wondering about the beard? Introduce yourself. Yo, how you doing? What's your name? My name is Peirrce, yo. How you doing? Oh, that's a woman with a fucking beard. And I'm allowed to wear a beard. I'm allowed to dress like smack. I'm allowed to wear men's clothes, and you don't think I'm a trans man or you think I'm a dyke. You want to know what I am? Introduce yourself. Let's talk. Change the way we socialize. That's my answer.
Thank you, Peach.
That's a real good answer, Peirrce.
That was a great answer. And I agree. It's gonna sound crazy, but I agree with everybody about the labels and all that. That's why this show was called Letter for Letter, how we really feel about each other and about ourselves. And I wanna add to it that when it comes to what Peach said about having the labels in place so that it identifies, who you're dealing with, so we don't have to go into all of that. That was the only thing that I was saying earlier, is that when you have labels in place, there are checks and balances for those labels. What I don't like about our community is that we keep every few minutes wanting to move the marker so that we can accommodate everybody and we're inclusive to everybody. That's why the maps want to come over here. But y'all said, oh, no, not no maps over here. Okay, if you're inclusive to everybody, why can't they be over here? I'm just saying, I ain't for it or against it, but I'm just saying, we move the marker every time we want to have somebody agree with who we are as a person, when it's self-identification. How do you see yourself? And when Peirrce says that about we need to change how we socialize, that's so true, because society has set up social markers for what a man should be, what a woman should be. And we have adhered to that for so many years and so many decades. Now we're saying, oh no, we want to redefine this, which is good, but it's going to take time to redefine that. Until then, we need checks and balances. That's my answer. Let's open it up. Because I need tonight.
Yeah, I got a question.
Oh, who got a
Stan.
question?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, I got this 2-part question. My first thing is, do you respect lesbians?
Who is it for me? To me?
That's for Stan.
Oh,
I can't hear him.
what was the question? Does he respect lesbians?
Yes.
Stan, we can't hear you.
He going in and out back.
He's probably gonna go out and come back in. Say respect, Smack. What? Can you elaborate?
Respect. When I say respect, what I'm saying is respect who we are, respect our boundaries, respect how we want to be treated. That's my question, and then it's a 2-part to it.
Stan.
Okay, can you hear me
There you
now?
go. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so the question is, do I respect lesbians? And I think, okay, so it's 2 parts. Do I respect lesbians, and what else was it?
That's the first part. Then
That's
after
the first part. She didn't give the other part yet.
All right, so y'all static, but let me explain something. I got total respect for lesbians, and as a matter of fact, most of the events
and here,
that
it's a bunch of fuzz coming in. I can't hear nothing.
there's some static coming in from somewhere. Can you hear me now?
I think it's your microphone. I don't know.
It's not me. When you all speak, I hear static.
He might be next to some metal or something. Sometimes.
I don't know. Do y'all still hear the static?
Not
Yeah,
now.
you can still hear it. It's only, but it's not on now. It's only when he talks.
Oh, okay.
He might be next to some metal or something. I respect all people.
Can't hear you, Smack. Your phone.
Oh,
You're on mute,
There you go.
Smack.
I'm sorry. It's just like a yes or no question. I wanted to know it. It doesn't. I'm going somewhere with.
That part.
I respect all people.
It was for Stan. I know you do.
I see things a certain way.
I got a question that I thought was it was brought on by something Kalani said.
Ooh.
She said it's levels to being a trans woman or a trans person. Does that apply across the board?
I knew you.
Is it levels to being a lesbian, a gay person, a bisexual person?
I knew it was gonna be Peach.
Yeah, it's just like,
I knew
is
it
it
was gonna be
levels
Peach
to
to get
that?
that part up.
No, I feel like
I was
it is
joking slightly.
No, but it's a good question.
I was
Like,
joking
how many
slightly.
men you got to be with to be gay, considered gay, before you,
One,
like, what's the level
one,
of bisexuality?
one.
2.
You
Stan
look
ain't
at a
coming
penis,
back.
we looking
That
at
don't
you
make sense.
strange.
So
You put
then
one in your
that,
mouth.
One time
I
you
don't
try a
know.
penis, it's you trying it. If you go back the second time, that's what consider you gay.
but how
I
would
guess
that? But how
still
does
then you just
bisexuality
bisexual
fit in?
because you tried it and you liked it
Because
Well,
and
you
then you
I
tried
liked
had
it
a
and
it
you
and
like
then
them
question
you
for the
both.
still want the kitty
bisexual
cat.
people.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between bisexual and gay? If you say if you try it twice, you gay, but I might be
Still no.
Bisexuals
bisexual.
are still sleeping
I
with
had a
women
question
Yeah,
for
too.
the
you sleeping with both of
bisexuals.
them. You sleeping with 100% real women, and then you sleeping with
Oh, that's on
others.
paper.
Bisexual is what Wayne
That's what's
Brady
bisexual.
refuses to admit he is.
I can't believe I missed this question.
All right. Can y'all hear me? I'm back.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
we
can
can hear
hear
you
you.
now, Stan.
Oh yeah. I don't know what was going on.
I don't know. I think she muted
And
everybody.
then when
She
you're
muted
gay,
herself.
that's what makes you the same. I mean, yeah, the same sex, and you keep going back for it. That's what makes it gay.
Oh, you got to be consistent in it.
Yes,
Mm.
absolutely.
Ain't that what you
Trans
said
people
earlier?
got to be
You gotta be
consistent.
Yeah, that's what you said earlier. It's
Yeah,
consistency,
consistency is
Peach.
key.
Whether you
It's
consistently,
consistent, Peach. You can't
I
come on
know.
looking like a diva one night and then the next night you looking like Grace Jones's cousin and say you weren't respected on your podcast.
Oh God.
Grace. Shut up. All right, Stan is answering the question.
I think the question was, do I respect the lesbian community? Is that what
No,
it was?
I didn't.
Lesbians.
Do you respect lesbians?
Totally.
Okay.
90% of my business is with lesbians. It was
Oh.
lesbians. It was lesbians that helped put Beauty by 10 on the map. It was lesbians that helped take some of the artists I was working with and got them out there. It was lesbians that did all that. Not the trans community, not the gay community. It was the lesbian community. Every organization I deal with is basically a lesbian or trans man organization that invite me out to the events and help me promote my product. Majority, I'm gonna say 90% of the business that I get is from the lesbian and trans men community. So I'm gonna say all that to say I support and I sponsor the Trans Men Bodybuilding Association out of New York. I'm a big sponsor of that. I'm a big sponsor of the Trans Men Pageantry System.
I'm talking about lesbians. I
They're
want
the
to.
same. I mean, see,
I got a two-part question, and you're going off of it a little bit.
You was not going to say they're the same.
I
And not
mean, I don't look at it because even if a trans man dates a lesbian, it's I can't get into those categories. But go ahead.
You
okay.
said, do you respect lesbians?
I just said lesbians. I didn't say
Do
anything
you
about.
respect?
Okay, I respect lesbians 100%.
Okay, then my two-part to this is the word dyke is very offensive word to many lesbians. And I have said it a couple of times on this show. Like it fuels me because I'm not a dyke. I'm not something that's cut into some ground where water flows.
Or
And
stay.
it's offensive because you wouldn't want, like you said, you don't like labels. But if you look like a dyke, you a dyke. I hate that
I
word.
didn't say that. See, I did not.
You were saying that and still using that word
Because you were saying, or somebody else was listening, somebody else was saying, well, if you look like a man with a beard and you wearing a dress, I have a problem labeling you. The whole point I was trying to make is,
I didn't say anything offensive.
I don't.
If this is my thing, if you respect lesbian women, respect their boundaries.
I don't call lesbian women dykes. I don't use those terms.
Okay,
I never do.
You've used it several times on the show.
I use it several
Not
times
this show, but other shows, and I'm just hold on. I'm not arguing.
because
I'm trying to understand so that I can understand you better. Because to many lesbian women, dyke, bull dagger are very offensive terms to us. And I speak out on it all the time and I correct people. It fuels me. It's like it's like a white person calling me the N-word.
you heard me call you a dyke before, Smack, for real.
I said lesbians. You were referring to lesbians. I am a lesbian. I don't like the term. And so I'm trying to understand if that's the way that you label people, lesbian women, women who like women. If that's what it is, then that's what it is.
I don't label nobody. Everybody I deal with, whether you're a lesbian, whatever you are, I deal with you just as a human being. I don't put labels on you. I don't sit back and ever say, "Oh,
Label
hey."
everybody who helped bring out your makeup line.
We were talking in general terms when you asked me, "Do I respect
Label. It's
lesbians?"
still a label. But anyway, thank you. I hope you heard what I had to say. That term is very offensive to me, and I'm sorry. And I could probably bring about 1,000 other lesbians on here who would tell you the same thing. And I don't think it has to do nothing about
Is
where
that
you
the,
at in the country. I don't like that word, and that's offensive.
I just want to
it,
say that the term dyke actually, there are lesbians that do call themselves dykes. They have a whole organization called
And
the
I
Dyke
said many
March.
lesbian women. And
And
so
white
all.
people commonly do call themselves dykes. But
All
to
right.
just say this, when Stan did say the word dyke, he wasn't calling anybody dyke. He was just trying to do an example. I remember that part.
okay.
Right, but there's other shows where he was saying, yeah, then the Bull Dykes came in. He was talking about in a club, and the Bull Dykes helped me. I'm not the only one that heard it.
I
And
got
it's
you.
not
I
this
understand.
show. It's from other shows. Don't label. You say you don't label, but you use the label. So I'm kind of confused. If you don't like labeling, why are you labeling?
You're right. You're right. You're right. Okay, I got you.
Smack, do y'all feel the same, or do you personally, do you
Hey,
feel
you
the
guys.
same way about stud?
Hey, if I said something to offend you guys, I really apologize from the bottom of my heart. Okay, and I really do. I'm really sorry, and I hope you accept my apology if I
I'm not
offended
offended.
anybody. Okay, Smack, for real. If I offended
Yeah,
you,
I accept your
I'm
apology.
sorry.
Thank you, because I don't allow anyone to. I'm a lesbian.
Okay,
I don't like to be called a lesbian. I like to say I'm a smack, but I'm being told I can't say I'm a smack. You know what
I
I'm saying?
understand.
In the current relationship that I'm in, like I said, the past 8 years, I'm trying to catch up to 2025. But one thing that I've held on to since I was 16, nobody's calling me a bull dyke or a bull dyke or dyke. I don't play that.
Okay.
That's not who I am. And I
Is the
think
term
If I
stud
offended anybody on the
offensive?
panel, any of you guys on the panel, if I said something offensive, I'm sorry. It was just part of the
He's
conversation.
never offended me. I don't know.
Is the term stud offensive?
I just tell people I'm not a stud. I'm who I am because I don't
Not
Okay.
like
the
being called
song. That's
stud.
a personal thing.
That's
Okay.
a personal thing for me. I
Okay.
just say I'm not a stud, but that's how people label people. And I
Hmm.
don't tell people I don't say I'm a stud. I may say male centered.
Okay.
I
But
have some questions for y'all too. I'm not offended, Stan.
Me either,
You didn't
Stan. You
offend
have
me.
never offended me.
I know you're real passionate about, the work that you do and the people that you're around. So I get it. I think we all are passionate when it comes to something that we really believe in.
we all different,
Yeah.
and that's just I'm big on respecting. Now, if somebody tells me they want me to call them that, I'm still not going to call them that because that's not who I am. I try not
Right.
to use terms to anyone.
And I just want to clear something up. Anytime I'm saying, I can't speak for everybody else on the panel, but anytime I'm answering a question or I'm saying anything, it's just my opinion. It's not Bible. It's my opinion. It's how I feel, and I'm not trying to project that onto anybody. It's just how I feel. So I don't want nobody to think, "Oh, you trying to make me." I'm not trying to make you believe nothing. Just over here, this is what I believe.
Yeah, it's no different than
Yeah.
black people not want people to call them the N word. You know what I'm saying? It's no different than that. You know what I mean? It's offensive to some black people, but some black people don't mind it. You know what I'm saying? Me,
Yeah.
I'm trying to change that because that's slang. I don't say the hard ER, but I've changed it in the past 8 years because my other
Yeah.
half doesn't like it. But so it's no different than me than that, to be honest,
Yeah. I don't
because
like the word
right,
tranny.
that's where people, what they call them, homophobic people, that's what they call um uh lesbians. That's their, they know that it gets under our skin. That's what homophobic people do, and every time I come at them.
And I think it, in 2025, a lot of those terms that they were using to be disrespectful and be mean, to our community. A lot of the young people are kind of taking those terms back and giving them different power. So it's sort of like the N word or whatever. But I get what you're saying. You just don't, not for you. I
See, the
get it.
thing is, I feel like if I offended somebody, I'm sorry. But it's like when we talk about these things, and now you feel conscious about what you have to really say because um, you got some ladies, some girls that look at themselves as lesbians, they look at studs. So I feel like now when I talk, I got to try to filter out, and I got to constantly think, how does everybody individually feel? And that's just really mind-boggling to me because I don't know what's the right thing to say, only because you know you might have somebody in the panel that say, "Hey, I'm good with being a stud. I'm good with being a dyke," but then somebody else say, "I'm not that." I'm not. So now you have to filter things you're saying,
Well,
and I
So
can't
can
say
we
the things I
hold on.
just on my mind.
so
But
can we just stick to the LGBTQIA?
see, I
Mm-mm.
mean, it's just
Like how hard is that? Or just
I'm
stick to
sorry, I can't
the
let this ride. Hold on. Can I
yeah, I'm
say
just
something real quick?
okay.
Now, the whole show, I was hearing certain people say, including you saying, just ask the people their name and what they want to be called and that it still applies.
See, I mean, when we have a conversation, I can't go into the conversation and say, okay, before I go into this conversation, how do you identify? I mean, and if you understand what I'm saying,
Hmm.
is I can't. Okay, before I talk to you, Kalani, uh, are, are you good with being a transsexual, tranny? This can I? I
I'm
got
not
to
a tranny.
filter these things out. So I'm just saying. I don't want to I offend people with what I say, and I really apologize to it because that's just how I talk.
Right.
But it's just look, you guys, I'm sorry to all of y'all if I
Yeah, it's.
offended any. I'm really sorry.
I think Stan, you had
I
the
really think I
opportunity
offended all of
to do
y'all.
it with the panel. You might can't do it with everybody, but you know the panel. And all
Yeah,
you have to do is say to the panel, what's acceptable for you? What are your pronouns? And so you know that when you go into another podcast or something and we're talking, that I might not need to say that because that may be offensive.
I got you.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I don't think anybody's offended. Is anybody
No,
offended?
I think a lot of people offended. The thing.
Anybody offended? Because I'm not.
Nah, I'm not offended. I just wanted to put it out there. I just needed to know
Yeah.
because
Just
if
for
that is,
clarity.
I believe in you could change. You could change. You can't change people's personalities, but you could change behavior. So I just wanted to know: is that a regular? I just it's about education. That's all. You getting
I
Right.
the.
deal with the lesbian community all the
I
time,
I
and I really do.
I wanted to
And
what I was saying, but it's okay. It don't matter.
But hey,
We
and
love you,
I've
Stan,
never
and
had
we're not
issue with
taking it
anybody.
personal.
I really never had issue with anybody. I never had issue with the lesbian community. Matter of fact, they invite me to all the things that I do. So I've never had issue with them at all. Never. And um
You're not
uh,
calling dykes and bull dykes. Come here, bull dyke. Hey, bull dyke, come here. Maybe that's why. You know what I'm saying?
I have been with Stan in public at events, and I've never heard him call anybody a bull dyke.
I
He
know
never
that's
called me. He
being
no
funny.
bull dyke.
You
I was
see
being
me
funny. Good
laughing because I'm like,
God,
I hope he's
I
not.
was being funny.
I'm like, I
He's
hope he.
never disrespectful or nothing. I've been around Stan in
I
person.
never said he
I don't
was.
see Stan as a disrespectful person.
I never said he was disrespectful. I let
He
him
loves
know
the
what
trans community, though.
me, what it means to me. That's all.
We
And
got the
to
right
me,
one fighting for us.
that's it. I feel like every time that I'm being who I am, who I genuinely am, that it's an issue at times. This is me genuinely, but I don't call people out their names. I just don't do that.
I called
I
you out your name, Smack. I
know
called
you.
you out your name before.
Yeah, that's not what
You
she
say
said.
that's not what I said, and just like you didn't hear. Sometimes I feel like you feel I'm coming from such a negative place, like you didn't hear my story fully. And then Kalani had to say, and Andre had to correct you on what I was saying, and you just went in on me, and you was
Can
like,
can
"Oh,
we can we have this discussion off air though? Just out of respect to the viewers, and that's the only reason I'm asking is because out of respect to the viewers, I really feel like we don't want to take away from the power of the show.
You know what? The viewers seen it, and I do apologize to them, but this is actually our community in a
This is what we
nutshell.
do.
Yeah,
And
which I
what
This is what
understand,
we do.
but you I okay.
Ain't no love lost.
so anybody else have any questions? Because these questions obviously were very thought provoking where everybody got up in their feels
I'm
some type of.
sorry.
I thought it
I'm
was an
sorry.
awesome show, and I do agree with Dre. Some things that the audience shouldn't see, but they done seen it
Yeah,
now. We here.
I mean it's out there now. Love each other. We're all very passionate about who we are, what we do. Um, and that's why I'm doing this show. And
All
this one
right.
was very raw. It was unfiltered. It was straight off the dome, and you see what we do.
There was
I,
one question I thought you were going to ask that I knew was going to be very
it's
thought
probably on the list.
provoking, but you
It's
didn't
probably on
ask.
the list.
Yes.
What was that?
The one
What
about
was
the
that?
trans liberation.
Uh-huh. I wanted to get into that. I, I I took what Stan said tonight. I think when we do we should in the future, women, trans men are watching. We like to bring them on to talk about some trans issues because my view is the only view. I'm sure they think totally different from how I think. I would love to
Yeah.
hear their perspective on those questions. So yeah.
Yeah. So next week's topic, I've already got it together and it's going to be fun.
Ooh, what is
It's
it?
going to be the media is tripping.
Orange
And
man.
we're going to talk about some of the things that we see on the news and these movies. And we're going to discuss how they are affecting people's perception of the community.
That's gonna be a fun show.
It's going to be fun.
The last time you said we was gonna have a fun show.
No, this is going to be
This
fun
one
because
wasn't
I'm going
fun
to bring
today.
up, huh?
I said, Dre, this wasn't fun. I had fun.
This is going to be fun. And the movies that I have watched over the past
Ooh.
week of me having the cast on my arm,
Well,
y'all going to be
now,
like,
Pete, you
oh
gotta
my
send me the
God.
list of the movies so I can be up on game for these questions.
They're going to be generalized questions, but I will send y'all. One of the movies that I watched was the Ed Gein movie that's on
And
Netflix.
he's the one that
Is that
was
the
killing people that
monster joint?
made their shells
Yep.
their Their skulls like
Did you see it, Dre?
dishes or something.
So I just started it today, like briefly, but my our friend Crystal was just like no, because she promised her fiance they'll watch it together. So I'm getting ready to go. But I've seen it at my aunt's house. As far as the first 2 episodes, I seen it at my aunt's house. Yeah, listen here. Um,
It's a LGBT movie.
no, he's ooh, girl.
It's like an LGBT horror movie to me. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
it's like Chucky meets Jeffrey
like Silence
Dahmer
of
meets
the
Silence of the
Lambs,
Lambs meets this
Psycho.
mofo head is crazy.
But what does
Yeah,
that
I
got to do
actually,
with
actually, I,
LGBT?
I literally got off of Netflix to research this man. He looked crazy in real life. So yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wasn't the Texas Chain? No, the Texas
It's deep.
Chainsaw wasn't based
It's
on him.
deep. No, you gotta watch it. I think you will like it, Dr. Kalani. I think you will like it because
It's
it makes you dig. It makes
You think
you
I
dig
would
into
like
the
a gay
meanings of-
horror movie?
You will like it.
You think I would like a gay horror movie?
It's not so much as a gay horror movie. It's based off of real life. It's considered a thriller for real, for real. But
Okay.
it's a web series. It's a series.
but if
Ain't
you
this a mom or
watch it,
something?
But yeah, I gotta say, but when you watch it, you're gonna be like, this mofo is crazy. And
and
just the
why?
thought process. And
Yeah, and why are there all these gay
yes.
innuendos all over the place?
Like, yeah, that's the Dahmer
All
side.
in the movie.
But that if you look at Dahmer's court records, that's who he studied.
So you gotta what we're gonna have a conversation about how the media dresses us up and take us all out.
I'm going to go watch the series.
I was offended when I watched it, but I was like, you know what? I this is okay, but I don't like how they doing us. They doing us wrong in this movie.
I'm going to have to see
That's
that.
what we talking about next week. The media is tripping.
They tripping.
We're gonna have fun.
Okay.
All right. So are
I'm with
y'all
it.
ready to end the show? Or y'all have any questions? Did anybody learn anything tonight?
I learned that y'all like to keep me in boiling water, and my heart take but so much. That's all I'm saying.
I had fun. I had a good time. I did learn a few things.
Kalani, I'll hit you off air to tell you some ish about yourself.
I've learned some things tonight. Did you like the show, Stan? Did you learn anything? Did you?
Learned a lot. I learned a lot.
I know what you learned.
I learned a lot. Too much to talk about right now.
Too much to talk about.
Yeah.
I learned a lot too. I learned that we are all, well, I know we all are very diverse, but I love learning more about y'all personalities as we go along. And I think it's cool that we all have different perspectives. It gives me a fresh set of eyes when I'm looking at our community. So I appreciate and love that fact,
It's
that
levels
part.
to this, Peirrce.
Yeah, it is. Because I'm about to go find out what the levels is to be all these letters. Honey, I'm gonna be doing interviews, everything.
It's
Like
levels
at
to
how
this.
many women do you transition to a lesbian?
Ooh.
I gotta figure all this out.
It's got to be a lot because people can. Never mind. We'll talk about that.
You know what? We need
Good
to
night.
end this show.
we need a nightcap. We need a nightcap.
Oh Lord. Well, that is the end of In Black. Please share the live. Tell your friends about us and join us next Tuesday at 8 p.m. as we talk about how the media be tripping. Panel, tell everybody good night.
Bye.